Already. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. I am your host this evening, Ed Honcho. You can catch my personal social medias at Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. It is a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege, man. Please hit that like button. Let YouTube know you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to follow all the Den Show personal social, well, it's just not personal, fucking social media. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Den Show Live at Gmail. If you want to send an email, we are live weekday mornings, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central. We're live 7 days a week, 10 p.m. Central. Can't watch? Listen. Go to denshowpodcast.com. Make sure you listen there. Got something I meant to drop today. I forgot to upload it. If you want to get some of that merch, go to denshowshop.com. Go get the Honcho is my homie or whatever other designs we have there. 833-284-3336. You can hit the Den line at any time, whether we're live or not. You can send a text message. You can send a screenshot to me. I'll send some very interesting things that I'm working on. I've just been in and out today, so I haven't quite had time to knock out too much, but I did have to talk about that meal hustle. I couldn't let that slide. Streamlabs.com/The Den Show if you want to make a one-time donation to the channel. And shout out to all the Patreon supporters. If you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel, you go to patreon.com/The Den Show. So shout out to James, Donald Trump, Dan the Man, Goya, Stina Starry-Eyed, Miss Betty Spaghetti, and hold on. Miss Diana? Did I forget Miss Diana? I believe Miss Diana I got. Okay, I want to make sure I get everybody. If I miss you, I ain't this. Y'all know it's all love. But again, this is the best conversation on the internet. When you ask, well, you're very conceited to say that. You just must really be full of yourself. It's not about me. I don't think that I make this the best conversation on the internet. I think that you people, yes, you people, make this the best conversation on the internet. Because, man, just some of the... I couldn't make some of this shit up if I wanted to. Like, I couldn't if I wanted to. Just some of these stories, just the various topics, just some of the places that these conversations go, always extremely, very, very, I don't even know, interesting. But let's talk about it. You wonderful people. It's always good to see y'all. It really is. I don't want y'all to think I take that for granted. It is an honor to get. I get excited. I get happy to see the names in the chat, all the regulars, and every now and then we get some new folks coming here. There's some brave new soul manages to venture into the Den and risk their lives, and generally they end up staying. They end up liking it for the most part. Oh shit. And well, for the new folks who can tolerate, somebody gets offended every now and then, but then this just might not been the cool kids club for them. Or sometimes people just don't get the humor. Don't take the shit too serious, man. Don't be too damn full of yourself that you can't take a little jokey joke. But let's talk about it. Let's see who we got joining us tonight, and let's get into some good conversation. My name, Miss Meat, Professor Trio, V Darko, what's the motherfucking deal? Nana Johnson, Sweetberry 32, Charlie Hunt, what's the motherfucking deal? Danny Dominic, I think y'all are one of the same. Y'all are probably the same person. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure y'all are the same person. Culture of Anubis, Culture of Anubis has made, I'm gonna say it like for the next 2 weeks. Culture of Anubis has made my life so much easier. You gotta see how the stuff just automates. You used to hear me like clicking, click, 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 click. Man, I don't have to do all that shit anymore, and it's automated. Shout out to Culture, because that's it. Oh man, it's like I don't even have to think about it anymore. That's a wonderful feeling. Desolate AK, what's the motherfucking deal? Smith, what's the motherfucking deal? 335, OG, triple OG, quadruple, quintuple OG, 335. Heidi, baby gangster. Mary, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you came back. Glad you could join us again. Yes, Culture already won and for those of you who get in early, that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like I usually listen to some stuff before the stream, and I'll start dropping a clue, and whoever can guess the song first will get 1,000 pistachios. And today was Who Am I? Snoop Dogg. So yes. Heidi, you do a terrible job. You offend people, and you are probably a racist. Shelly Long, what's the motherfucking deal? Montero, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. D-Love, always good to see you, man. Fuck the Yankees. Yeah, I said it. God damn it. Cartier, what's the motherfucking deal? Ruby Roo. Marie Antoinette. Yes, it's Marie Antoinette. And if I miss you, I ain't diss you, man. Like, it's just been one of them days. Yeah, man. I went back to go see I went and saw the and got tightened up today. And it's always funny, when women are in the shop. Like, first, I'm a beautician. She cool. I rock with her. I do it like she's cool. Very interesting life story. And we just chop it up from time to time, right? And then, it's always funny when other women come into the shop and shit. And they just, oh, he got that long, his hair long. Yeah, you know how black folks like say, I got Indian in my family. I be milking that shit. Yeah, high cheekbones. I'm part Cherokee. I got the good hair. You see it. It's soft. Would you like to rub your hands through it? Well, you can't. Sorry. Nah, but nah, I'm talking shit. But let's talk about it, man. So, what is beauty really? What is the true definition of beauty? And I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, it varies. But and I think that's kind of for everybody. We can talk about the European standard of beauty. We can talk about the American standard of beauty. We can talk about what niggas in the hood been calling beautiful for a long time. We can talk about, various areas of the country at one point in time. I think before we became so connected by social media, had different tastes. LA liked the skinny little model chicks. Down south, it's always been about, thickness with the quickness. East Coast, I don't know so much what they were. I don't know if they were probably into the model shit too. You had New York and all that stuff there. Then you want to talk about beauty. Speaking of models, you look at these runway fashion models, right? And they're half of them anorexic and sick looking but these are supposed to be what your body standards are supposed to be. This is what America tells you. This is what you want to look at. That's disgusting to me. I don't want a bag of bones. I don't want to do that. And then you look at maybe Barbie dolls, and this was a thing that people are getting all upset over Barbies because that's ruining a girl's self-image. Look, Barbie's fucking rich. That bitch got like a Corvette and a mansion and shit. That bitch, you better teach your kids that Barbie got a sugar daddy who'll pay for all that shit. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Barbie ain't got no goddamn job. She got all this shit. Ken, you don't ever see this in there. Ken suspect. And Barbie out there meal hustling, like the article I just posted up about. That's sad. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but either it varies. 2 studies, 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 women are out there meal hustling, unabashedly, with no shame in their game. Expensive meals, not even cheap, not just like I just need to eat something to get by. I'm just, be like expensive meals, going out to these fancy places. Fellas, watch your pocketbook. Meal hustling is a real thing. It's been going on at least since 2014. Ever since social media's been big, I'm pretty sure meal hustling has been going on forever, but it just became a thing. Like the game got spread. Whoa. To take a duck. Chicken models? That sounds crazy. But yeah, so, we can talk about all the different stigmas that are associated with it. We'll talk a little bit about it, and I won't take too long. And then I'm burping and shit. We'll open it up. So here's something I've always questioned with beauty. And it's funny because we're talking about models slightly, and I don't think they're a standard beauty. And when you call in, you can talk about your standard beauty, your beliefs. I've spoken about my preferences lots of times, and I'm sure before the stream is over, I'll mention it again. But models, this is the question I've always had, right? It's Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. That was you, Heidi. You called those models fat. And I never said anything about those 2 lovely young ladies. I will not own up to that. I don't even remember. Send me that picture again, though. But why do gay guys run the fashion industry? Like, why do women take advice from gay men? You look at it now, even like it's gone from like the fashion industry to like YouTube. It's like all the gay guys are doing makeup on themselves. And this is who they got all the subscribers. Like the women who actually do makeup, ain't nobody following them. Except for like a couple of horny teenagers or something who think they look good. And this is as close as they're gonna get to porn or something. And they got all the followers, women follow them. Why do you want advice from an entity that basically hates you or is trying to emulate you. Like, that's something I've never, ever was able to comprehend. Why get advice from gay dudes? Like, shouldn't a woman know? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Maybe somebody can explain that for me. And then, we talk about the American historical standards of beauty. And, back in the Gap, being thick was a good thing, right? Being thick was a good thing. Don't listen to anything Heidi says. But I guess that works. I have the most by far, so no worries. Being thick was a good thing. They used to simulate. They used to have, the thin waist and the big hips looking type shit, the corset. They used to squeeze all this shit, fuck their organs up. You know what I'm saying? And they squeeze all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And have them fucked up, have titties all popping out. That might have been, what a time to be alive. I guess some of those fellas must have thought. But this shit was like fucking up their organs. I mean, they were doing things. They say beauty is pain, I hear. These women who walk around in these red bottoms and these high heels, breaking their ankles and shit. What's up with you women who do the goofy shit? Like, and I'm not saying y'all. We talk women, we talk loosely. Y'all, somebody will get offended and threaten me. We can fight. I fight women. It's equal opportunity. It's 2019. Y'all got pride and equal opportunity that we can fight. What's up with these women lifting weights, squatting in high heels? Like, who told you that was sensible? Who told you that was logical? I saw a chick break her ankle. And I don't think she was squatting. I think she was trying to do like deadlifts or something in high heels. She fucked her ankle up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers wear these heels that, what is it, the stilettos are like 6-7 inches, something like that. You know what I mean? And that's like the slope of your ankle or whatever. That seems like very dangerous. But people do it all the time, right? Oh, if you Google them shit, you'll find it. I've seen a woman that she like broke her ankle trying to like lift in fucking heels. Like, there's classes of women for men to lift in heels to get, I guess, their calves or whatever better. I don't know how it works. It seems terrible. Why don't you just get some butt? Like, go get some butt. Don't buy a butt. Just stay committed. Do a couple little squats and get your butt right. It'll be nice and tight. You can get it all right. Whoa. What are we talking about? Wow. I don't know. Hey, look, I know my nigga Professor Trill. I know he's not saying what y'all trying to make it sound like he's saying. This is the day and age of the internet where y'all be trying to swap it up. Nikki motherfucking Nicole. You took the rest of the name. I was looking for the rest of the name. Well, shout out to Nikki motherfucking Nicole, Turf Orca. Glad you could join us this evening. But, let me see, I had a couple little notes. But I want to talk about too, the standard of beauty is not a real thing. It's a just like we were talking about virginity is a social construct, right? To me, beauty is a social construct. It's somebody said it, people are followers, and somebody who had maybe like a high status in society said, well, this is what women should look like. This is what, this should be. And then people just start following it. Because every now and then, or not even every now and then, think about it. Every dude has like a type. Every person has a type. But yet there's always this anomaly, some unique looking individual that looks like no one else. Y'all be, wow, this person's amazing, or they're beautiful, or they're handsome, or they're whatever it may be. And T'Challa, what's the motherfucking deal? And people say, oh man, this person is amazing, or they have some type of unique hair or just some unique characteristics. Wow, they're beautiful. But they fuck up the whole status quo, right? So that's why I say that Kazeta Crowder, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us. I'm trying to catch some of the folks I may have missed. It's all love. I don't want nobody feeling left out. Somebody, that nigga whole ass Honcho, that nigga don't ever say my name. That's funny though, just listen to what's my name. But so again, that's why I say that standard of beauty is a false thing. I think there are many types of beautiful people. And I know somebody said beauty is an eye of the beholder. That's the saying I've always heard. And then Miss Meat started off the stream say, well, fuck it, if you're ugly, you know you're ugly. And I don't think everybody who's ugly knows they're ugly. Okay? There are some ugly motherfuckers with a shit ton of confidence. And to some people, confidence is sexy, right? So there's that. I told y'all about the little teddy bear that worked at the when I was working at the little logistics facility, right? That motherfucker was extremely confident to look like Teddy Ruxpin and be trying to holler at niggas. So, there's that. You can go to denshowshop.com and it'll bring up that and the other designs there. So if you want to get the Honcho is my homie shirt, you can go to denshowshop.com. And so speaking of confident ugly motherfuckers, Kenneth, and normally I wouldn't say nothing about another man, but somebody who's disfigured when you see him, and Kenneth is just trying to make it in this world, so it is what it is. I gotta give Kenneth a hard time, man. I like Kenneth. He get on my fucking nerve, but I like Kenneth. I just gotta give him I gotta apply pressure on Kenneth every now and then. But so confidence. Can confidence supplement a certain standard of attraction? So let me make sure I touch on all the little notes that I want to. Oh, and I want to talk about the influence of television, music, movies, things of that nature, and how they change what's considered attractive in society. Because then it's always this one particular star or somebody that everybody looks up to, some type of icon, and then everybody tries to emulate that particular icon. Does that change the narrative on what is beautiful? Now you see a lot of the body positive movement, right? And again, I have no issue with the body positive movement to an extent. There are certain people who are just naturally bigger people. Look, you can't tell me shit about a Samoan or a Pacific Islander. I mean, they are built the way they are built. It is what it is. But I think they're healthier big people compared to your average American, right? Now, some of this body positive stuff that they're pushing is unhealthy. And I think there needs to be a line drawn and things need to be spoken about. Like, yeah, be who you want to be. If you want to be big as you want to be. But when you're on, what is it, 600-pound life or something like that, that you're putting yourself in danger. That there's a level of discomfort to your life, that you're not living a normal life. You gotta get up, get around, and sweat a little bit. That's all it is to it. Make sure that's all I had in my notes that I want to just kind of touch on. And I want to talk about other standards in other countries real quick. Now, think about Latin countries, Mexico. Everything's Mexican, everything Latin is Mexican to me. I still love all y'all, whatever nationality is. I just call everything Mexican. But think about like when who's a good representation? TV anchors, right? The weather people, the weather women, right? In America, you would have all these skinny weather women, and this would be the kind of image. But then in Latin America, as far as I've known from way back, Univision, and Telemundo and all that shit, they would always have very thick, proportionate weather women, ample weather women. It's always been a thing. I guess if you want to get people to pay attention to the weather, you got to figure out a way. Asia. I'm sure Asia's standards of beauty are a little different than American and Latin America or Eastern European or whatever they may be. I'm sure they like things much smaller, much more petite. There are just some weird shit out there. I'm not with everything. We already know what the people who like anime were calling in last night and saying, so I can only imagine what the rest of that nation over there is into. But let's open up the line. I'm gonna stop wasting your time. I wanna know how y'all feel. Let's discuss beauty tonight, whatever's in mind. So a couple of questions I wanna ask. I wanna know, what is your ideal, if you were to say somebody who represents your ideal standard of beauty, I would like you to maybe use them as an example, or you can be descriptive if you don't have a specific person. Does confidence supplement beauty in any way? Is there a certain association that you have, maybe certain countries or certain beliefs? I'm sure in Africa they have a different type of of beauty. Like I want to know what y'all think. I mean, what do you associate? What do you identify as beautiful? What do you think is attractive when it comes to it? And it's like I say, it's not necessarily about the. I guess it's about the opposite sex, and I'm sure the same in some sense. I guess in America, what the standard for men is, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's getting weird now. It used to be like in the '80s. It used to be muscle men and overly masculine. Now, you can't even find GI Joes these days. You got everything's like really skinny, weird, millennial hipster type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of weird things. A lot of weird things going on. So let's talk about it. Let me open up the line. Give me 1 second. Oh man, look, I've seen some black people. Okay, well, purple black. All right, I've seen some white people. They probably were black too. They probably albino. So I synced it. I didn't sync it. 833-284-3336. Let's get some good calls in tonight, y'all. Last night was good. Last night was a great conversation. Let's get some good calls in tonight. Let's see what's on y'all's mind. Who is going to get the party started this evening? I think this is a topic that everyone can relate to. And let's get it in. Let's get it in. Hold on. Let me fix the. Let me fix the mic first. Come on, what's up with that? Stop that nonsense. No, that's a whole other thing from the radio. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This is D-Love.
Wow, see, I was ahead of the call this time. I actually got the mic working. What's the motherfucking deal, D-Love, man? What's on your mind, man? How do you feel about tonight's topic?
First off, I want to say it's good to be back in Houston.
Are you back in the city?
Yep.
You done ran away from the army, man?
I'm just on leave.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'll be out. Should be in January, but yeah, no. As far as yeah. I'm good. I'm not being Roman.
No, you're not being Roman. You're good. You're 100% active. You live.
Lights, camera, actions.
Really?
So the topic of beauty. First off, if there was anybody that I wanted to represent, represent me, as far as like a person of color, that has to be Lisa Nichols. She is a true inspiration.
Lisa Nichols. Why does that name sound familiar, but it doesn't ring a bell? It's not.
Hey,
I'm not picturing. Who is Lisa Nichols? Where did Lisa Nichols come from? What is she associated with?
She's an inspirational speaker. She, I forgot where she was from, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat knows who she is. She's an African American woman.
Okay.
She mostly touched on the basis of self-acceptance, like I'm learning how to love yourself, like forgive yourself for the past, for anything that you did in the past, anything that you regret.
Even murder?
Does she have a child? Huh?
I said even murder?
Yes.
Oh, terrible.
No, that's me. Like she don't even talk about that, but I know she have a son.
Yeah.
That she had I believe it was an abusive relationship. The father went to prison when the child was 3, so she had a rough past. But the way the way she overcame all that stuff, and she gets very emotional. She gets very emotional when she talks about it.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Why I thought her name was something. I know exactly who you're talking
what
about.
What the hell is that with that bell, Honcho?
That's the thing. I forgot. It's I don't know what that is. No, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Why was I thinking her name was something else? I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, no, she's very inspiring. So now we're talking about beauty, right? Mm-hmm. And so before I start talking about it, like when you say like the standard of beauty, are you talking about like superficial beauty or just anything?
I mean, anything that you feel is associated with beauty.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I do think confidence can supplement for it. Because I was a senior in high school, and it was a dude like he was overweight. He was overweight, and I know we're talking about people who be feeling themselves like that. Well, he was. I mean, he had a lot of confidence. Like he was cool, with people and stuff like that. He was cool with me, and I remember one time we was in the hallway after school, we was just chilling, chopping it up, and he was talking about females and stuff like that, because that's often what we would do, is talk about females. And he was saying to me, like, he was all like, I'm a good looking man. He kept saying it. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what, if that's how he feels, like, who am I to take away the confidence he had? Like I said, he was overweight. But, I mean, a lot of people may say he was feeling himself, but to be honest, I mean, I think he was just being confident, because there's a difference between I'm a good looking man and I look better than you and all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who am I to take away his confidence?
Well, it is your
I
right.
don't,
It's your right as an American to take away his confidence. That's what we do. That's what social media is here for.
sure, why not? I mean, yeah. But no, like, yeah, man, I know somebody in a comment section was saying some people don't know they ugly. And I think somebody said, that they know they ugly, they just ain't got shit to lose. I think that was funny. But, I mean, I don't know I'm ugly, so I'm going to just go all out, like, until somebody tell me I ain't not just playing. But now, look. So, beauty. Wasn't there, like, another question that you wanted us to touch on as far as beauty?
I was just, asking. Like you said, Lisa Nichols was your representation. I mean, just your overall thought process. So, how do you feel about the traditional, standard of beauty? What I mean, if you were to say what is beautiful to you personally, or what is it about Lisa Nichols that stands out to you, or anybody else when you think of beauty? What does it mean when you say that word in your mind? What comes to mind?
As far as Lisa Nichols, she, like, when I talk about how beautiful she is, it's not really superficial. It's just the woman that she's become, the woman that she became, despite the despite the adversity she went through. That is what I find so beautiful about her. But in general, um, as far as superficial, I mean, I think a woman of ambition, like a woman that has ambition, is beautiful. Oh wait, so hold up. Are we talking about women, or are we talking about just like anybody? 'Cause,
Just whatever the term brings to mind for you.
so when I think about when I associate the word beautiful with a person, like I'm mostly talking about females, because I don't often talk about beautiful men, unless it's you, Honcho, and I look.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa. Don't go all
and,
weird on it. But go ahead.
oh, and by the way, side note, hey man, you gonna have to stop picking on my man's Kenneth. Kenneth, he out here trying to make it, man. He out here trying to make it.
Yeah, look,
You know
look.
what I'm saying?
I like Kenneth. I'm telling y'all, I think Kenneth is cool. But the first time I meet Kenneth, and I'll be thinking I'm gonna slap the shit out of Kenneth. I'm dead serious. We can dap it up and all that shit after. I'm gonna slap the shit out of Kenneth, and we gonna be cool after that.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Okay, so yeah. So like when I associate the term beautiful with a woman, I think of a woman with ambition, a woman who knows her self worth. I think I said it before, but there's nothing more unattractive about a woman who don't know her self worth. So, a woman who is just empowered now, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't necessarily matter, what ethnicity or what race she is. And I understand that there is different standards of beauty across the world, but um, I'm not really ascertained with the knowledge of how exactly they be doing stuff like that. Like, I can tell you exactly what be going on, so I can't really touch on it. But I know beauty can be a cultural thing. But as far as me individually, I just think beauty is like far more than superficial attributes. You know, like I said, a woman with ambition, a woman who knows it, like that's stuff that I find attractive.
Okay. Okay. So how do you discover that
But
a
I
woman has ambition?
see how do I discover that?
Yeah, I mean, what does it take to figure out that a woman has ambition? How do you determine that?
I mean, just something as simple as asking her like, what is she passionate about or what she wanted to do. And I was riding with my Uber driver. She was a female. She was actually my first African American Uber driver. That's just a fun fact. Nothing really serious, but I asked her like, what actually what is her dream job? And she told me, it's funny that you were talking about my 600-pound life and stuff like that, but she actually referred to that as well. And it turns out, the doctors that they go to see, that go and like help them with their mental health and their physical health. She was saying that that's the job she wants. That's the job that she thinks is really important to help people mentally and physically and stuff like that. So, that's not so. She got a lot of ambition, and I think a woman of ambition is very attractive. So that's how you could go about discovering that somebody is ambitious, and a woman that knows like her self-worth, that loves herself, and stuff like that. I think that's also attractive. So that's how I define beauty. I don't know. How do you define beauty?
Yeah, if I was to define beauty, I would probably quote a familiar philosopher. He was a philosopher they were a group of philosophers actually in the black community. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with 3-6 Mafia. They had a song called Ass and Titties.
3-6 Mafia.
Yes, ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties, and big booty bitches. That is where I would probably quote my reference for the standard of beauty. So.
All right, Honcho. All right. Yeah, I am familiar with 3-6 Mafia. You know the wrestler Mark Kenny, right? I think they sung his theme song, so that's how I discovered them. But I don't even know why I asked you what your standard of beauty was. I mean, I should have known that. It's all about them. It's all about what they be rocking with.
No, it's not always physical, but because like I say, if I'm admiring or if I'm looking at something from a picture or an image or a video or like like we mentioned the weather people. I don't know what those chicks' minds are. They could just be reading from a teleprompter. They might be a bunch of dingbats, but if so. But I mean, it can be deeper than just skin deep.
No, I understand. I'm not knocking on it. I mean, as long as it's for like scientific observation and stuff like that.
Yes. Always science.
Yeah.
Yes, science
Always.
first.
Like,
yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a woman, like a woman with curves and stuff like that. I know there's on that Brazilian, social like Brazilian women. I think that's like the standard of beauty.
Yes.
They get them implant.
Yes.
And I'm not saying they be looking good. I ain't not saying they be looking bad.
Yes.
I'm not saying they look bad at them. I mean, they do what they want. I mean, I might have to also do some like analysis and some observation. It's just not bad. But no, like for me, curves and all that, it's not a prerequisite. But ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I wouldn't be mad. No, that's me. Actually, that's my standard of beauty. And like I said, Lisa Nichols is inspiring. So like I said, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Now, but that's when like take an hour out of your day, go and look at one of her seminars.
I forgot about it. Like I said, I watched a couple of things. She is a very inspiring individual. She definitely did lose a lot of weight. And I forgot all about her. I don't know why I thought her name was something else. It's been a few years since I've looked at what she did. But you said ambition, right? So would you say that a crackhead could be ambitious?
A crackhead can be ambitious I think anybody can be ambitious. Like, what is his goal? Is his goal to get off crack and to make something better of a situation?
Probably not. It's probably to get more crack. And
okay. Well, I think that question more deals with the term ambition in itself. I don't know the exact definition of the term ambition because it's been a while since I looked it up. But if your ambition drives you to attain more crack, then yeah, I guess the crackhead can be ambitious.
Okay. Is that a beautiful thing?
Absolutely not. But I mean, I mean, hey, if I said something that had like contradicted what I said at first, then I mean you got me. Like if that's what it is, then you got me.
No, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just I can't just let y'all have free will. I gotta just I gotta fuck shit up every now and then.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you did that. That was actually pretty good. I mean, I said condition is a beautiful thing, and then you hit me with that. But yeah, you got me. um, I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody else call in. I'm sure this is very. How I want to say this? What would Stephen Crowder say? This was civilized, a civilized discussion.
Yes, yes. Anything less would be uncivilized. Okay, well, I appreciate you calling in and getting the party started, D Love. Enjoy your leave.
I appreciate it, Hunter.
All right. Bet. Oh, man. Functioning crack. Oh, yeah, man. Look, I'm telling y'all, in the construction community, you'll be surprised how many motherfuckers are on crack, meth, and other hard drugs, but they're damn good at their jobs, you know. And if they can do what they do and they can maintain their habit and everything else, then hey, it's tough. And you would think that there would be a lot more accidents. I mean, there's already enough. You wouldn't hope there aren't more accidents, but there are plenty enough. But if you knew how many were really out there, you would be surprised that there are not more accidents. So there's that. Yes, the little girl's funeral was today. I think I'm gonna speak on it tomorrow. I'm just kind of letting it be. But they said I was surprised that the mom was actually there. Apparently, she released a dove, and the dad was there. Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I fucking hate both of them. Like I don't want to say hate. I don't know them personally, but I think the biological dad and the fucking biological mom are both trash. You know. And as we figure out and find out what details come out of that case, I really feel like they milking the situation, you know. So it is what it is. Ice, like chew some ice. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be weird. Is it hot? Like, no, I don't want to do any ice. Nobody got time for that. Okay. So, smoking coke? No. Don't do it. Don't smoke coke. Don't freebase. Don't run that shit. Don't do any of that stuff. The motherfuckers who say they used to run cocaine between their toes so people couldn't see the track marks. I was like, wow, that's terrible. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to get your fix. As soon as you start injecting shit between your fucking toes, that seems like it would be painful. That seems like it would be painful to do. Crack it back. Did Whitney say that? Oh, is it too soon? I'm gonna leave that alone. But again, beauty is a very, I don't want to say not a vague topic. I mean, again, it just depends on maybe preference. But again, who is it that sets the standard in society? Who tells you this is supposed to be beautiful? We talk a lot about, especially like the black community. We speak on when we go hard on the women from time to time. We talk about the weaves and the nails and some of these other things that go on. We press that issue from time to time. But who started that? Who is the one who really just said, hey, who is the originator of the long-haired weave in the black community? Was it a supermodel? Was it a particular actress? Like I'm really unfamiliar. I'd like to know. To find out, like who was the originator of that situation? I'd like to know. Because whoever it was, they started a trend and it caught wave. Like who made the Dookie braids? Was it Janet? Did Janet start off the Dookie braid revolution? You know what I'm saying? some of y'all, I don't know. I don't know. Some of y'all talking about beautiful. All I see is a bunch of NPCs and blank logos. I don't know what y'all look like. Y'all might look like some of y'all might be the female version of Beetlejuice. Kim Kardashian ain't started the weaves. Now she may have trended with the button jacks, but here's the thing. I'm gonna save it for a little bit later. I'm trying to keep the conversation kosher right now before we fire it up and get everybody angry. You know, I gotta get y'all angry like once a stream. That's what gets the energy flowing. I'm gonna cut off this fucking ringtone. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in? Excuse me, to the den this evening. What's going down, Professor Trio, man? What's on your mind this evening? I know you said I know you sent a reference before. Let me get that booted up because I know you said you had something you'd like me to share during your call. Let me get that prepped, and when you're ready for me to show it, I'll put that on display. Well, hold on. First, I have to apologize. I did roam in the first. Well, how have I done that? The last 2 or 3 calls you didn't have, Professor Trio. I think I've roamed in the beginning of your calls. And I'll repeat it so you don't have to go. He said, ladies, it's not going to be one of those calls, so y'all can go ahead and unwad your panties. So I apologize for that.
Correct. But I believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I've always been like I said before on the call before, I don't really have a specific type. I know what I like when I see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could describe, different women that were just as attractive to me as other women, and they were not in the same spectrum. But I still found them attractive for some reason or another. And then certain traits that you really don't think would be attractive sometimes can be attractive. I actually met a Hispanic chick that had a gap, but it was cute on her. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how does that happen? That I still find you attractive with a gap in your teeth, but it wasn't like no humongous gap. It was just, it was noticeable, but it wasn't like off-putting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. So then I just started to slowly but surely open my mind to like different things that I might think of as cute. You know what I'm saying? For one reason or another. But what really got me is like my ex. When I was with her, she was beautiful to me. My brother completely disagrees. He vehemently disagrees, even though in his case, some of the shit that he brought home, like, come on, dog. Like, nigga, I've seen roadkill look better than that, bro. Like, anyway, let's just say one of them looked like Magilla Gorilla, but I'm going to leave that alone.
Damn.
I'm going to leave that alone. So now that we're not together anymore, she's not as attractive to me as she once was. And then he was like, well, see, that's my point. And I'm like, no, but I think part of it is the fact that she done lost like 30 pounds. So she's skinny. She's that bag of bones that she was talking about at the beginning of the stream. And I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? She probably about like 105, 110. When we was together, she was like 140. You know what I'm saying? She was very, very proportionate. She wasn't overweight, not even close.
Yeah.
But, she had it in the right places. Now, all that's gone. So I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't know. And then he was like, well, do you think it could have just been the fact that you was in love with her, that you was looking past that shit? And I don't really know how to answer that question. I don't know if that's what it is, or is it like the weight loss or what? I don't know. Or could it be a combination of both? So that's a question. But there are some women out here, and I'm saying women because I don't find no guy attractive, so just go ahead and cut that real short right now. There are some women out here that are, in my family, we don't use ugly, because my great uncle came up with the perfect way to describe a person like that. He calls them unlucky looking.
Mm.
And then I was like, why would you say unlucky looking? He said, well, it's kind of the look of the draw how you turn out to look. You know what I'm saying? It's just what God gave you. So you were just unlucky in that department. So I'm like, okay, so I adopted that word. So there are some unlucky looking females out there, but they have a beautiful soul. Like they are really, really good people. Like, damn, she cool, she real nice, she's sweet, she's feminine. I chose to accentuate that word for a reason. And she knows she just a lot good. It's just that let's just say that the box was damaged when you see the package. You know what I'm saying? So it just don't look that good on the outside. You know what I'm saying? It's like an ugly cake. You know what I'm saying? But cake is still cake. It's good. But it's just not, it's a little off-putting. It's not as appetizing as other cakes can seem, even though they might not be as good. But it's like what do you do in that point? Does the personality override the physical characteristics or vice versa? And so you see a lot of people go either way. It just depends on what you decide to choose. So I really think that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
And everybody's not going to agree on attractive. Even like a lot of people. And then I've heard them try to, do the scientific thing to where it's like symmetrical faces seem to be what makes people more attractive than other people. And I was like, okay. And then the examples that they use, I was like, well, yeah, these women are attractive. And then the examples that they used to disprove it, they were more unlucky looking. So I don't know. Maybe it's slightly scientific, but then again, sometimes the imperfections can be cute or like a plus. So I don't know.
Okay. So when you said imperfections can be cute, I've seen certain women have features like freckles, and to them
Yes,
they may not like it, but then some men find that attractive. How do you feel about freckles?
it don't bother me. Because I've seen some women, and I was really surprised, and I learned that some of our sisters have freckles, and I'm like, how the fuck niggas get freckles? I never did, but to me, it don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It really don't. So I don't know. I think it looks good. It doesn't. It's not like a deal breaker,
Okay.
in my opinion. Some people are like, no, the bitch got dots in her face. Don't bother me. I don't know.
Would you are you ready for me to share the image with the people? Is there a particular reason you
Oh yes, absolutely. Please show it to the class.
Okay. And hold on, let me see where I'm at. All right, let me see where we're at here. All right, so the image is up.
Okay, now see class as I would like to direct you guys to the image that's on the screen as of the moment. This right here is one of the most beautiful pictures I have ever seen on Instagram. And it's not because of what you can physically see, it's what it also represents. These are two beautiful black women, incredibly sexy, and they're accomplished. Now you thinking, well, for the most part, guys don't really give a shit if a woman is accomplished or not. But I want y'all to both understand that both of these women are also married. And they're still doctors. And they have children. And they still look that good. They could be in the same boat as any Instagram thought out there because they have the physical characteristics. But obviously, they decided not to settle for that and went out and got something. Wasn't given to them. They went out and got it. Now, I'm drawing a lot of conclusions from just the picture here. But as having a little bit of background and just reading some of the stuff that they posted, I could see the facts from it. So I appreciate shit like this. And no, they don't have their titties all hanging out. They ain't twerking or doing no more shit like that, which is cool. I like looking at that, but that's like a momentary thing. It passes.
Yes.
No, it's good. But what they doing and what that look like, I could love that picture forever.
Okay. So how much?
See, one of them has her natural curly hair, and the other one doesn't.
Yes.
Don't care. They both beautiful.
So how much of it do you think
Night,
is there a personality that played into it? Because you see a lot of these IG body thotties, and that's all they really bring to the table is some usually artificial body parts, and they got these attitudes, and they thinking they this, that, and the third, and they just got it all together, and they kind of have attitudes. They I don't know if they think they're better than people. I don't know if it's really low self-esteem and they have to project themselves a certain way. How do you, if you were to guess, you said you've seen some posts from these ladies. Well, if you were to guess their personalities, how would you assume that they were?
It's nothing like that because I ain't went through that whole shit. But from what I've seen, because the darker one is the one that I end up following before the light skin one, and I didn't follow the light skin one until I actually saw that photo. And then I went, looked at her because I'm like, damn, she's pretty as fuck, and she fine. Like, and they both doctors. Hold up, let me go check this out. And I find it interesting to see how they present themselves to the public, and it's completely different than a lot of the other females on Instagram. Because and I see a lot of these other girls on Instagram, and they beautiful women. They just are, and they're extremely sexy. And then the first thing they posted, yeah, I'm that bitch. Like, well, damn, that's how you want to be seen.
Yeah.
But if a nigga use that word, get blowback.
Nuclear war.
But you sit up here and present yourself to the world as that on a daily basis. But I'm not allowed to say it. Okay, cool. So I guess it's like white people saying nigga. You don't want niggas calling you B words. Whatever. Cool. But at the same time, why would you want to present yourself as something you don't want to be identified as? It's counterproductive.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. But I don't know, and I'm not gonna say that that's a turnoff because a lot of them I would absolutely enjoy fornicating with. I'm not gonna lie. But that's all it would be for me. It's just about a fornication. Then I'll move along.
Okay.
But a woman like them two, to carry themselves different like that, I look at you with a completely different light. You'd be more of a partneristic interest.
Okay, with them both being doctors, do you think they could afford their own trips to Dubai?
Say that again?
I say, with them being doctors, do you think they could afford their own trips to Dubai?
Oh, absolutely they could.
Okay, so no getting shitted on when they take their trips. Okay, interesting.
Man, I wonder about that shit sometimes. Like, I really wonder about that shit, and I ever wonder, will there ever be one that's gonna be completely honest about the price that they have to pay for that shit?
Man.
I wonder.
They probably after they retire, they gotta give some gossip to be relevant. Somebody probably. I have a thing, and I'm glad you sent this picture because now it all makes sense to me. AB posted a picture the other day in the Facebook group, and there's a thing that I hate. I hate it so much because I don't understand it, but now it all makes sense. You know the pose that women always do, either they kind of stick the little hip out to the side or the fake, not the fake, but the tilted foot with the little leg kind of just sticking out. Like this one chick, she's kind of doing it, not so much, but I don't know if it's more of the heel or not, but like they could be barefooted because the one in the picture that AB said was barefooted, but you got that little foot up at a tilt, I don't know.
You mean the equine animalistic poses?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. But now I think now, is that to give the simulation of the heel? Because I'm wondering, because the foot is out at that angle that it would be like, and here I'm looking at this chick's foot, and I'm wondering, it's making me think, maybe is that why women do that pose, even though they wearing some goddamn Converse or some fucking Jordans or something, they still gonna tilt that little foot out and stick that little thigh in that foot tilt? Is it to simulate the heel effect? Like, I don't know, because that pose bothers me. I don't think that's beautiful. But, again.
And I know why it bothers you, Honcho, especially if you are a sneakerhead. Because that fucking shoes up. They put that little crease at the front. That's the last thing you want to do in a fresh pair of shoes. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Because once that crease is in, it's over with. It's done.
Exactly. And women are the utmost authority in shoe wear.
Yes.
Just stop. That's a fact.
Okay. So I got another thought I was gonna ask you. It slipped my mind. Damn it. The fact that I won't say they're extremely conservatively dressed, but they're not dressed disrespectfully, I would say.
Provocatively.
Yeah, provocative. There you go.
Provocatively.
That's
Yes.
that's the word. And so, how much does that play into a difference between, say, these women who are carrying themselves, I guess, in a more professional manner compared to the IG thought who basically exposes everything that they'll allow on the gram? You know, they find ways to even get around that sometimes. Like, is that curiosity? Does that play a factor in the level of attractiveness or beauty when it comes to a woman? Like, you can see the outline, you can assume kind of what she's working with, you can see the figure, but not necessarily being able to see everything. How much does that play a factor?
That's everything. Ladies, if that's one thing that you don't understand about a guy, if you don't get it or you haven't been told it by now, I'm gonna give you a little game right here. Guys are visual creatures, but we do use our brain too. Okay, if we could see everything off the rip, we're gonna expect everything off the rip. Y'all might not like to hear that, but that's just a fact. If we see it, we're gonna be able to touch it, grab on it, do with it as we may. Punish it at times, if you're willing. But a little bit of teasing would drive a dude crazy. Like I was saying the other day about the tennis skirts. You couldn't see the ass perfectly, but it's what's leading up to it. Now, you force the guy to have to use his imagination for the rest of the way.
Yes.
So not only is he imagining it, but he's thinking about it, which means it's on his mind. Okay, which is the same way that you ladies operate. Y'all need to be warmed up before we put the turkey in the oven. You know what I'm saying? So it's, same thing for a guy. So you warming him up, basically, he going to be ready at a moment's notice. Now, he going to try to be ready regardless, but it's easier that way. Guys like to be teased a little bit, but there's a fine line to being teased and for doing too fucking much. Now you playing too much. Like when you just tease a nigga just too much, yeah, like it's a turnoff for a guy. It's like, okay, now you done got me all worked up. Now what? Okay, I'm ready now. I'm preheated. Let's go. And you can turn the oven off. Yeah, that ain't no. Now I'm sitting up here with this raw ass, cold ass turkey. Like, okay, what the fuck we gonna do? Now I'm mad, so I'm gonna try to find me another kitchen. And I'm using all of this as euphemisms, ladies. So this could be verbally pleasing to you, since I was instructed that my words were quite abrasive and harsh, and it turned a lot of women off. Which, to be honest, I really didn't care. But I'm going to try to show some restraint this time. But I'd also like to point something out. With that still in mind, my call from a morning ago, or maybe 2 mornings ago, was not received well, and I was quite nicely notified of this. So I would like to just point something out. That the reactions are different. All I was doing was passionately saying how I feel and using a logic that maybe you could understand that you just weren't trying to listen to in the first place. And I found that deeply frustrating. So within my frustrations, I responded accordingly. So I'm going to let you see the difference between how you reacted then to how there was no reaction this evening. When Honcho plainly said, and I quote, "It's 2019, and we could square up if we have to." So a guy that's being verbally assertive, and if you want to say abusive, that's your prerogative. I'm not going to say abusive. Is worse than a guy claiming to be physically assertive and or abusive. So I would like you ladies to understand the dichotomy of this situation and to notice the more than likely flaw in your argument, and to point out once again, maybe there's something to the way that you're thinking about it that might be wrong. that you might need to attend to further yourself along in this thing that we call life. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a very good point because I did issue a threat early in the stream. And yeah, ain't
Now
nobody
we
want to
know
smoke.
that you were joking,
No, no,
Honcho, but at the same
I'm dead
time,
serious about that shit.
I know up to a certain point that you were serious. I understand that. So if that's their argument, fine. Okay, we knew he was joking, but at the same time, how was I not being perceived like how was that not less threatening than what I said? I was just saying shit. I wasn't physically going to impact anybody's life at no point in time. So how was that deemed more threatening than that? So just by judging by the two reactions, would it be safe for me to assume that you would rather a dude whoop your ass than to set you straight? And if you disagree with what I'm saying now, you have to also point to my first argument. What you say don't mean shit to me. It's what you do so that where I understand and recognize your true intentions. So since you didn't react, what else am I to assume? That's all I'm saying. And if you don't see the flaw in your argument, I don't think you're ever going to see it. There's a method to the madness, ladies. Oh, yes, there's a method. It's not just being reckless. There's a point to it. I'm very methodical.
And
I got your attention.
I'm glad Nikki motherfucking Nicole just said one thing. And this is a point that we said the other day. Women are not out here trying to impress me. Y'all don't do this for men. Y'all are competitive and y'all are out there trying to outcompete other women. I'm glad you admitted that. Thank you. Thank you for admitting that.
Can you explain to them, Honcho, why you know that? Because the first thing they're going to say, well, how do y'all know what women want? Y'all not women, and y'all don't ever listen to us. It's not about what you saying, ladies. It's about what you do. We watch what you do. So I believe in more of what you do than what you say. And that's the same thing that you do for a man. You don't believe in the stuff that he say because he can mislead you. It's about what he does. So why wouldn't you think that we had enough sense and wherewithal to hold you to the same parameters? I need you to ask yourself that question. And yes, I am hitting you with my professional voice.
This is the professor speaking. Y'all tired?
Absolutely, sir.
But then y'all hopping over to the other team now. That's what y'all doing. Y'all hopping. Yes, y'all tired of us, so y'all competing. Y'all can't even compete because here's the deal: if y'all tired of us, y'all gonna just be mad and end up tearing up each other's clothes. Y'all would do the same thing. Y'all start getting with each other and then be mad. Bitch look better than you. You gonna bleach her clothes up so she can't go out being fine. Y'all, it's just y'all just women don't need to congregate in groups. Y'all are bad. Y'all are just y'all need to. I don't know. You use the term alpha and beta a lot for men. I don't know. That might need to be more of a. We need to find more ways to apply that to the female sex because y'all don't. Y'all only in the DM for some reason. Anywhere else, women do not get along on the internet. I don't know what's happening in the DM. Somehow y'all come together for a cause. But anywhere else in the world, you can't find women getting along for shit. They'll be cool in each other's face, and then as soon as one of y'all step to the side, that bitch gonna get ripped apart, and she come back. The other one go to the restroom, so y'all gonna all talk about her. You know what I'm saying? Look, y'all, I can't. It's hard to trust y'all. I don't know what y'all
That's
really
true,
be
but
on.
Honcho, I think that's more of a human thing and not a male female thing, because I think society is stupid as a whole. Period. Just like when people get in groups, it just dumbs them down. Because when one person says one thing, then all of a sudden all the followers just fill in. There's not enough room for a singular thought in groups. And once that person shows that they have a different opinion, then the rest of the group wants to displace that person out of the group. That's just a human thing. It's the way it's always been.
Okay.
Damn, I had another point I wanted to make, and it just slipped my mind for a second. Ah, crap. Friends. Oh, but we have had a few kerfluffles in the bin. I can say that. We've had a few, and some of them involve the males, and some of them involve the females. That's true. That's absolutely true. So it's not a completely non-violent society, because there's a lot of kicking, banning, silencing. There's a lot of that goes on, and I'm responsible for a portion of it. I'm responsible for a portion of instigating it, even though a lot of people don't notice, but I will admit that comfortably. But it's fine, it's pretty much like the world is. Some people just get kicked when they get down. It happens. It's the way the world is. It's a dominant society.
And now, Nikki, not running in heels. Y'all doing weightlifting in heels. Cardio and weight training are two different things. Okay. If you running in heels, that's your own. Anything that happens to you after that's your own. If you weightlifting in heels, that's your own damn fault. Yeah. Okay. They still look Trill. I don't know, man. They still trying to attack, even though you have come in much more, approachable. You have not been aggressive, have not been of the dominant demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Let me find out you a Falcons fan too. Look, I don't want to hear all that. This is terrible.
And this also proves my point to the person that made me aware of the feelings of the females in the den. That no matter what I say or the way I say it, it's the fact that it's something that they don't want to hear, because they don't want to admit that they don't want to admit any of their faults like regular people. It's on them. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's the fact that they just want to disagree with it, because they don't feel that it's wrong on their part, which is their prerogative. But all I'm saying is, I'm sure you would rather want to get to the truth now sooner than later.
Yeah. Save yourself some time.
To understand why that's a bad or a flaw, maybe in your personality or in your way of thinking. And that somebody who doesn't know you, never met you, probably never will know you or meet you, is trying to give you gain. Not for personal reasons, but just for the complete betterment of society as a whole. Truth hurts. And until you're able to present anything other than or an opposing argument to anything I've said, which none of you has even attempted to do, and I've welcomed it on many occasions. I've even dared you. I double dog dared you. So I doubled down, and still there was nothing. There was only one phone call basically saying the exact same thing I said, but and it had an attempt to quote unquote sugarcoat it. But it's the same thing. No matter who tells it to you, it's the same thing. And until you're willing to admit your part in it, you're still guilty. You're still part of the problem. And you're going to have to deal with it sooner or later. I just hope it doesn't cost you a relationship or a great opportunity or a great opportunity for a great relationship.
And I think it has cost some. They may not realize it, but I think that I'm pretty sure it has cost some, somewhere at some point.
And the reason I'm able to say these things and be able to tell you, because it's happened to me. I know it's been certain decisions and my thought processes that were fucked up, but I didn't realize it until sometimes I had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I had somebody sit me down and talk to me about the uncomfortable truths that I was trying to ignore or overlook. And then I had to sit there and really be critical of myself. It was like, damn, you know what? Maybe there's some validity to that. Let me see. Let me do something. Let's see if this changes. And it did. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm glad I dealt with that now than later because I would have forever been a fool.
And so when you receive some advice that you didn't like, how do you approach it once you realize that it is truthful, but you just maybe at that time you don't want to hear it? Does it take time for you to kind of digest it, or do you accept it at the time, or how do you end up applying that when you realize that, hey, what this person was
Some
telling me was for my own well being?
some things were harder to deal with than others because some certain traits and characteristics of myself were more ingrained than others. You know what I'm saying? Some of it I was thinking that it was actually a fabric of my core foundation. And then once I found out that it wasn't really necessary or it was just basically fool's gold, that I was able to get rid of it. I'm still fighting with some of them. Trust and believe. So I can speak to myself just as critically as I can speak to y'all. Trust me, I'm harder on myself than anybody else. And that's a fact. So that's why it's not really in my embodiment to have feelings about other people's feelings about themselves. Critically, anyway. So it doesn't really bother me if I hurt your feelings. Because I hurt my own feelings sometimes. And sometimes I need it. And sometimes you don't feel you need it and you don't appreciate it at first. But in the long run, you realize what good it did you. And I could just use this as a sake of argument. My stepdad, who I never really got along with too much, and I think I made that clear on multiple occasions. Now, as a teenager, he used to make me come outside and help him work on these ragged ass cars of other people's that he was getting paid to fix, and I wasn't getting paid, so that was my logic behind it. How the fuck would I help you when I'm not getting paid? Well, basically, you live under my roof, you're gonna do what the fuck I say do, type of thing, and I didn't agree with that, but I had to do it anyway. So, fast forward, later on, I buy myself a car, and it breaks. Before I pulled over, I knew what it was and how to fix it. Why? Because of all that time that he forced me to go outside and work on cars. I learned. Unwillingly, but I learned. And I walked to the auto parts store, purchased what I needed, purchased the tools to fix it because I didn't have them in the trunk exactly. And I walked back to my car and fixed it. Drove back to the car place and then bought me, other little shit that I needed for my car because my first car was a 1982 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And no, motherfuckers, it was not a new car. I wasn't born in 82. I was born in 1980. So the car was just 2 years younger than I was. And I bought it in 99, 2000, somewhere in there. So yeah, and I fixed that car. I even changed the motor in that fucking car by myself. No help. I did everything by myself. So sometimes you might not appreciate it at first, but later on in life you go to appreciate it. Them ass whoopings you took as a kid, and you watch some other kids who didn't get them ass whoopings where they ended up.
In a bad
You think
way.
your mama and them didn't care about you? They were too strict. That was the reason for all that shit. You look at these kids whose parents weren't that strict and how they ended up. Now sometimes there are exceptions. True. But I mean, come on. Those are rare. You got to get real. So yeah, we've all done it. And we're going to continue to do it because we're fallible creatures. But at the same time, when somebody's literally standing here giving you the knowledge, why wouldn't you at least think about it before reacting?
Interesting. I think that's
Very,
part. That's
very interesting.
that's part of the reason why I changed some of the the approach to the sauce and to the den because somebody suggested it. They brought that to my attention about the quality of the commentary. You know,
Yeah.
I would start one way, and then as the blunt burns, you know, things would not be as coherent or not be as concise. And so I had to think about that. Well, how does that impact the product in which I'm trying to push out or that I'm trying to share? You know, and how are the people, you know, absorbing this? And I had to take some time to really think about it. And again, I think it was a wise decision.
And even to the people who sometimes, people in the den don't feel like their calls are as informative or as entertaining as others. Sometimes there are little nuggets of knowledge that get kicked around in there too. And why you think Honcho writes the shit down?
Yes. Obviously, a
Do
nugget
you
of
really
knowledge that
think
gets
that
you further
he's
than
trying to
college.
write a book off of it? No, he's literally trying to get as much knowledge as he can and learn from it. And y'all be like, oh, he needs to hang up, or she needs to hang up, or they've been going too long. But sometimes the conversation, it takes a little while for a person to warm up. So you got to give them some time sometimes. And I admit I'm guilty too. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, this motherfucker tripping. So again, I'm susceptible. But sometimes you just have to take that step back. Maybe Honcho's doing it for a reason. Sometimes Honcho just be doing it to be nosy and messy to the motherfucker. Like,
Hey, but y'all can't lie. Sometimes the call may start off a little, you know, one way, and somewhere either closer to the end or it'll just be something, and it just shocks the world. It's just something that unexpected. You know,
yeah,
sometimes you just gotta help people get certain things out. You know, sometimes you know
get warmed up.
there's something in there that's gonna come out. We just gonna have to, you know, work around the edges and kind of whittle around until we get to that core of what's trying to be said, and then sometimes you get some very interesting things, and some people just kick in the door with some shit. Shannon, but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a whole different
Oh, you
conversation.
mean Jailbait Jones?
Yes, Jailbait Jones. Yes.
Yeah, and Shannon, if you're listening, yes, I gave you that name because I feel it's appropriate, and it's not just me who thinks you sound like a 12-year-old, even though you may not be. I'm not calling you a liar or saying that you misled us and giving us false pretenses and none of that stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But you sound like,
Yeah.
not only physically sound like, but it's like your your conversation sounds a lot more youthful than a person of your age bracket tends to have.
Oh, see,
So, I
y'all
mean,
doing Shannon bad. She had to hit me with the anti R Kelly. She sent some ID in just to prove that look, she was legal. So I can verify that Jailbait Jones is legal, but we gonna continue to give her a hard time.
absolutely, that's part of the toxicity of the den. We're gonna find one little detail and we're gonna expose it, and that's what Heidi's for. Heidi's
Oh,
good at that.
oh man.
That's her role. Heidi is the troll of the chat. She just is.
That is something else. Artificial
Heidi
intelligence.
is a Heidi is a phenomenon. Heidi is like ah shit. What you call that thing, man? From Halo, the little computer thing. It had a
Oh,
name.
Cortana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heidi is the Cortana of the den. That is correct. Because any information you need, she will give you that shit quick. She will pull up. She will Google her ass off. She know that shit right off the rip. So yes, Heidi is the Cortana, and Demarcus is it Demarcus, the bookkeeper? He keeps all the facts and the records of the den.
Now 335 is the one that got all the.
Oh,
Three,
335.
yeah,
I'm
three three.
sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. DJ is 335. So Brandon, yes.
Yes, 335. But 335.
Brandon is the den historian.
Yes,
Correct.
he got all the minutes from all the meetings. He know exactly where
Oh yes.
something went down.
Stenographer. Stenographer 335. Yes, sir.
Straight up. That's funny. That's funny as shit.
But anyway, Honcho, it was nice having a conversation with you this evening.
Yes, yes.
I wish you nothing but the best and nothing but success in the hopefully near future.
Yes.
And shout out to you, and go feed your damn dog, please.
Man, that fat dog
And
is fine. That greedy motherfucker. Get on my damn nerve. Nigga be just, he didn't just real got real, you know, because we be kicking him out the bed. But what he does, I guess, I don't know if he can tell when niggas is just really knocked out. He then he comes and he impedes his will because he kick this motherfucker out, somehow close the door. It could be whatever. When you wake up in the morning, that goddamn Scotty is right there, tossing and turning in the motherfucker. Like, how the fuck did you get into the bed? Scotty is like a ninja. Like if there's a crack or a crevice or something, if he wants to be in there, he finds a way to get in that bitch, and just you don't even see it happening. Like it's like you know them fucking little characters in the horror movies. They'll be at one spot, and then you turn, and then you turn back, and they like right there up on you.
Yeah.
That's Scotty. Like I don't know how he could be he could be on the other side of the living room. You be in the kitchen. You pull a pot out the cabinet or something. And I mean, he literally second, he just right there sitting on you like, what's going down, waiting for some crumbs or whatever it may be. It don't matter. Scotty is something else. That little motherfucker's a ninja.
So, do you mean in the bed? Do you mean at the foot or at the head?
That nigga gets in where he fits in. Scotty likes to try to get in crotch crevices and shit like that. Like,
oh no, at the foot of the bed, cool, but
yeah.
nah, you can't get up where we at, bro. You need to relegate yourself to your side.
And then like if I get out and leave, you know, you'll kick him out. Like say I get out and leave, my old lady still laying down or something. This nigga Scotty just start thinking he the man of the house or something. Nigga be trying to be in my spot, and I come in, I kick him out the bed. This nigga try to get. Nigga, you wish you would growl.
Pulling your broad. Oh hell no.
I hit Scotty with a leg drop. That little motherfucker there just really be trying to just. He really thinks he's people. He really thinks he's people. Like I don't know what's going on with that little nigga. Boy, yeah, be trying to demand car rides and shit. Like nigga, you ain't got no license. How you trying to run some shit in this motherfucker?
Next thing you know, Scotty gonna be rolling up for you, dog. Straight up, he gonna be rolling up.
That's why he had to get clipped, man. Cause Scotty was getting too wild for his own good. I was gonna have to kill Scotty because he was doing a little too much.
Oh,
if he wouldn't have got neutered, I was going to have to end Scotty's life with my bare hands. He was getting a little too bold for his own well-being. Cause it's like, look, nigga, hold on, nigga, look, I had to put him on the brink a time or two to teach him a few things. So I think he still has some memories of that. So sometimes he'd be a little cautious with me, but for the most part, we cool.
Oh damn. Well, anyway, I'm going to end the call here, so someone else can give it a shot.
All right. Well, Professor Trill, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you sharing the advice with the ladies. We'll see if they take it. That's the funny thing about advice. You can set it on the table. Hey, you can take it or leave it. It's like free candy. You know, it's your choice to do what you do with it. So we'll see how they receive it.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate it. All right. So anybody else who would like to call in? Anybody but Lady Licious. I ain't take Lady Licious been there talking shit. I'm taking every call but Lady Licious call since she popping off, since she fly. And, I don't care if he is coming back from overseas and all that good shit. Nana Diana, I don't fucking know. What kind of question is that? I have no idea. How do you answer something like that? Oh, there goes Jill Bay Jones. Oh, we was just talking about you, Mrs. Jones. So you kind of missed it. Maybe like 2 minutes before you slid into the chat. We were just talking about you. So. Oh, y'all are funny. Mike B, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Man up, what's the motherfucking deal, man? There go DeMarkey. So let's see. The DeMarkey is the crow. So if Heidi is Cortana, and 335 is the stenographer. Rashida is the shark. DeMarkey is the crow because he be starting shit, and then he just posts up in the corner just watching everything go down. And it's funny because I saw that same crow video the other day. It was funny. Old buddy Tony Baker did like a little video of it. That shit had me thinking exactly about DeMarkey. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Rise up, rise up,
Look.
rise up.
Now.
And rise up again.
Now.
And rise up
Okay,
again.
see now, look, now, hey, now look, see now, Me and the
And
husband,
and
we friends on Facebook now. So if I gotta tell him, hey, if I gotta tell on you, you know,
he's rise up.
no,
He's from Georgia. He's a Georgia boy.
I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that. I
He's
got.
he's worse than me. So hey,
I
look.
don't want to hear all that.
Okay,
Sit down.
so we're gonna start like this.
No.
Your the beauty and all that. Listen, if your ass ugly, your ass ugly. Listen, if you ugly, you ugly. There's no going around it. If your ass is ugly, fuck that. Your beauty on the inside. No, if you're ugly, you're ugly. Because I've had ugly motherfuckers that do me wrong. The beauty's on the inside. No, you bitches know that if this motherfucker ugly, you gonna treat him like anything. And then if he do your ass a certain way, you be like, bitch, you ugly. How you gonna treat me like that? Women know they be doing that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
Nah, if you ugly, you ugly. There's somebody for everybody, but if you ugly, you ugly. It is what it is. Now, let me tell you something about you men. Let me school y'all on something.
Okay.
See, the thing about men, they don't like to listen. That's why us women get away with a lot of shit. Because y'all don't listen. So, when a woman is saying something to you, or if they feel a certain way, you're like, nah, y'all think y'all got us figured out. I promise you, y'all don't have women figured out. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
That's why we get away with a lot of shit. See, a woman can cheat for 5, 6, 7 years. You motherfuckers don't know. Because you don't listen. Because y'all think y'all got us figured out. But you really don't.
So what you're saying is y'all really just scummy and conniving? Is that what you're saying? Women are more scummy and conniving than men? Is that what you're saying?
What'd you say now?
So are you saying that women are more scummy and conniving than men? So men are really precious people on this planet who have been violated by the women. The women make us this way. So it's y'all's fault that all these problems. Yes, because y'all are cheaters. That's what you're saying. Y'all are cheaters. Y'all make us this way.
What I'm saying is we do it better. What I'm saying is men are going to be men. And when women recognize men are going to be men, when you know a man is going to be a man. The thing about it is y'all don't give a fuck. See, women give a fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. If I get caught, I'm free to talk to this bitch. And she going to stay there. She going to still raise my kids. And she going to still do this. That's the thing. Y'all don't give a fuck. Women give a fuck. So when women do things, we do them carefully. Y'all don't care. That's the thing. And y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen to what women are saying and what women want.
But what if y'all talk about some nonsense? Some women talk about a lot of nonsense that just don't make
and
sense.
that's
Who
the problem.
Who want to listen to that?
Hey, and you hear what you just said, right? And we took that in. Y'all think we talked about nonsense, but we're not talking about nonsense. If you listen, I'm a woman that's trying to tell y'all, whether you want to agree or disagree. I'm trying to tell y'all don't have it figured out. As much as y'all think y'all have it figured out, I promise you y'all don't have us figured out. We know y'all. We know men because we know what y'all going to do. We know a man. We know how they think. We know what they going to do, and we know they don't give a fuck. We know this.
Let me tell you why women get away with cheating better than men. It's very simple. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because a man, the side nigga or whatever, he understands the rules and the protocols to the situation. He's not gonna fuck up a situation where he's getting some pussy that he necessarily isn't all that committed to. He's not gonna fuck up a situation where he get to fuck with a chick and go on. What you have with women is the side chick wants status and recognition. So it's usually the side chick that's going to end up fooling around and fucking up the program somehow by stepping out of bounds. Women don't give a fuck. Like I said, y'all are competitive with each other. Man, if he's the side, I used to be at one point in time. I was some type of side nigga. I don't know how that worked, but I'm not finna go interrupting whatever you got going on at home. I don't give a shit. I don't want to be a part of it. If I can still get the pussy and I ain't got to do all the boyfriend duties, then I'm not finna involve myself with that. But women, the side chick, especially if you laying it down properly, you know, she trying to get that full-time situation. So she don't give a fuck about fucking up your situation because she figures that if she fuck up that situation for you, then you just gonna come end up being with her. And so women don't give a fuck about, the man. The side woman doesn't give a fuck about fucking it up for the man. The side man does not want to fuck up his situation because he doesn't want to take on that full-time role with that woman. He just wants the pussy. That's what he's getting, so he cool with that. And so it's more risky, or there's a lot more danger involved when men are cheating because you have to deal with the emotions of these women. And so I think that is an additional element that women don't necessarily have to. Now, I'm not saying there's some old emotional ass niggas out there, but the overwhelming majority of those situations, I don't think you have to deal with those problems.
Perfect example of men thinking they know. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, we'll dispel these truths.
Okay, so no. Let me tell you this. Like, if a woman cheat on a man, he's not going to know where she lives. He might not even know her real name. To even fuck up a situation that cannot be fucked up because you don't know where she lives, you don't know her real name, you don't know shit about her family.
Now she a cheater and a liar.
Women are smart. Listen, when women cheat, they are way smarter than men. Like, you don't know your real name. You don't know what side of town you live on. You don't know where you work. You don't know none of this shit. You know why? Because we don't give them that. See, men give them your real name. They give you your whole phone number, your real phone number, and everybody on the same Sprint plan where the woman go online and look at the numbers calling in and all that. See, that's what I'm saying. That goes to part what I'm telling you. It don't have nothing. Hey, I agree with you, Honcho. Like, men don't, like, when they get pussy, they get pussy. They don't even, like, if it ain't no emotion, it ain't no emotion. But what I'm telling you, if a woman cheat, that man may not know shit about this woman. You know why? Because he don't care to know. All he think about is the pussy. That's all he thinking about. So she can give your ass a whole fake-ass name, a whole fake-ass where she from, and y'all just oblivious to the shit. I'm just... Hey, I'm trying to put a little, listen, I might have broke the girl code because y'all don't know shit like that, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, it ain't like that every time. Like, we could cheat for a year. You might not know who I am. You might not know my whole real name. You might not know what whole state I'm from. You might not know anything. It doesn't matter to me because as long as they get in the pussy, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to lay that out there.
Okay. I'm gonna take your advice. All I'm just saying, I know in my historical precedent, I didn't look. Hey, I don't know. I didn't seen the family pictures. I didn't seen this, that, and the dirty third. And I'm not R. Kelly. Like I said, I need to make sure everything is on the up and up. And maybe some women have it like that. Maybe all women haven't got the updated rule book because
of women have it like that, Honcho.
Like I say,
a lot of women have it like that. I promise you.
I'm gonna take your word for it, but
no, Nacho, no. I don't have to cheat on my dude because I ain't with all that. I'm just saying, I grew up with a whole bunch of women, and like I said, I got some sisters that's Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm telling you, when they meet good men, I be like, no, don't do it. Because they got all kinds of tricks in the book, so I done seen all kinds of tricks. I'm just not that female to do it. But I've been around women who I know who get away with a lot of shit. The men just never know. Like, I'll be like, wow, damn, okay, well, shit. Yeah, they just never know. Like, and a dude is not going to get, and like you said, a lot of men get, I agree with you. A lot of men get busted because the women get emotional and they still want you. You're going to keep fucking with the girl. Ooh, they go after you. But there's a lot of women out there. Lots more than y'all think. They get away with more than you think because we're smarter.
Y'all just more conniving. Y'all are heartless. Kanye said it. How can you be so heartless? Kanye said it. Kanye is the godfather of game. Y'all don't like Kanye. Kanye been telling y'all. See, he gave us the game on y'all. Y'all cold-blooded and y'all heartless. That's all it is. Men are just caring, loving, protectors, giving creatures, and y'all just take from us, and y'all tear our hearts up, and y'all cheat on us. Y'all violate the sanctity of the relationship. And y'all giving fake names, lying one man, conniving the other man. Y'all can't be trusted. See, this is not a good look for the ladies. I'm telling y'all, Miss Meat is not giving y'all a good look.
No. Good. No. Couldn't. I'm just telling you that how y'all sit up here think y'all really, really know women. I promise you, y'all would never, ever figure us out. But we got y'all figured out. You know why? Because y'all don't hide it. Y'all the most dominant. I mean, y'all dominant creatures. Like, y'all don't hide it. It's like, okay, once you get caught, I did it. I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all can't and don't really hide it. You try to hide it, but you can't. But now a woman, because first of all, she might get her ass kicked if she get caught doing this. I'm being honest. She might get her ass kicked, so if she want to do it, she gonna hide that shit like a motherfucker. Number two, you just not smarter at that type of situation. Y'all just not smarter. You think you is. You think you know women. I'm telling you, you don't. So listen to me. I'm trying to give y'all some tips now.
Okay.
Y'all really don't know us like y'all think y'all do. I promise you y'all don't. I promise you y'all don't. Y'all can say, well, women, we know y'all some sensitive. We are sensitive. We are sensitive. We are emotional. We do all this that y'all say we do. We are all of that. But when a woman wants to complete or do something or finish a job or go after something, we going to do it. Y'all ain't going to never know about it. Unless we want you to know. If we want you to know, you'll know. If we don't want you to know, you'll never, ever know. You'll never know.
Okay.
I can promise you that.
Fellas, that lets you know, don't trust any women. They are not trustable. Miss Reed has just told y'all, never trust a woman. They are all malicious, conniving. They're liars.
No, it's not about that.
You know, don't get into a committed situation because she will break your heart.
No, don't do anything. If you got a good woman, don't do.
Well, how we know she good? She might be conniving from the jump. Now that she's so secretive, how we
break her
know?
trust.
How do we know? She might be. How do we know we can trust her if she conniving from the jump and she hiding everything? She like the CIA.
Out there like that.
But how we gonna know? So we might as well just assume. We should just assume that all of them are bad. I think
y'all assume that anyway. I'm not telling you nothing y'all don't assume anyway. Y'all assume that anyway. So don't be all trying to use the reverse psychology. Y'all assume that anyway.
No. Society told me to believe that women were a gift from God and they were angels and that they were sweet, nurturing, mother-like and
what you don't know on her. What you don't know on her. We are angels. I don't cheat on my husband. I don't.
I don't know if I can believe that.
I don't have a reason to.
I don't know.
Now, if he cheats on me and I still want to stay with him because we at our age, I'm gonna do what I got to do. But I have up to this point, I have no reason to cheat because I don't think he's cheating on me. Now, if he has, I'm not gonna be all out there looking for another husband and all that. I just go do something and get him back in.
But two wrongs don't make it right.
That ain't happening.
You know, two wrongs don't make it right. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
You got to do all that.
Yes, it does. If you don't want to leave him, yes, it does.
I don't think so. I don't think that works.
Yes, it does. It makes me feel better. It'll make you well.
It will make you well. You see, but it's just really just some other man just gets a win off the whole situation who ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I act like I forgave your ass. Like if I found out like I forgave your ass, then I'll go do it. Now if you do it twice, that's a whole different story. Like when you think I forgave your ass, you think that's a pass for you to keep doing it, then shit, it's a problem. But if you did it once and I only call it once, I'm gonna do it once too. But you'll never know about my once.
That's tough.
That's real.
That's tough.
It's real. No, it's real.
So tonight's lesson, fellas, is women are foul. Don't trust them. They are deceiving. This is like Sesame Street. At the Sesame Street, at the end of the show, they tell you the letter of the day. Well, the lesson of the day is women are cheaters, and they're expert cheaters.
No,
and you can't catch them.
If you cheat first,
they will cheat on you no matter what. If you don't listen to them, if they tell you something about the day, because women, they go into details about the day. So they give you a 30-minute story about how they was in the fast. Women will tell you a story about a fast food trip. That the fast food trip took 5 minutes. And they'll tell you it'll take 45 minutes for them to tell you the story because they got.
Hey, no, that's real shit, Honcho, for real.
And so if you don't listen, then they're gonna go cheat on you. See, that's what's
No,
going
if y'all started. Only if you started. So don't cheat first. If you cheat first, I'm going to McDonald's, and you know how the McDonald's line is at 11 o'clock at night, bitch, I'll be next door. But hey, don't cheat first. That's all I can say. Don't cheat first. If you don't cheat first, you're okay. If you cheat first, and she say, "Ooh, boo, I forgive you, honey." If she forgive your ass quick, just know what she got in her mind.
if she forgives you quick, fellas, go ahead and get that tracker, put that shit under the car, and
No,
keep
we
track.
already got the trackers though. We already got the trackers. We knew y'all can't put trackers on us. Y'all can't do that because we know about these apps and shit. If a woman is going to do, okay, we're smarter. Just let you know.
Go get the Breaking Bad. Just if that motherfucker stay at the
Don't
chicken,
cheat
if it's at the chicken spot for about 3 or 4 hours, she done found it. You know what I'm saying? Just go supervise. Make sure hey, stay on top of that, man.
Don't cheat first. Listen, stay faithful. We'll stay faithful. You go to cheating, and I've been with your ass for 18 years, and I found that you cheated one time. Well, I'm gonna cheat one time, but you ain't gonna know about my cheat one time. So, hey, so don't do it. And we ain't got to worry about this.
This is terrible.
Like, it won't be a problem.
This is terrible.
No, it's not.
My heart is hurting from all these stories of infidelity and corruption within the community of these relationships. I am deeply saddened by the things in which
No,
I'm
it's
hearing.
not. I'm just telling you, the way y'all be talking, it's like y'all really, really know women. I'm telling you, man, y'all really, really don't know us like y'all think y'all do.
See, that's that Atlanta shit.
I
See,
promise you.
Y'all all corrupted out there in Atlanta. See, that's y'all too busy rising up to go cheat in the middle of the night. That's what y'all doing.
No. If you cheat first, listen, don't cheat on me, and I won't cheat on you. I'm just saying.
This is terrible.
Men starts this shit. Y'all started. Don't start it, and it won't. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all be starting shit. Atlanta folks always starting some shit. So y'all all into the mix. So what does all this cheating have to do with beauty? I mean, this is turned from a beauty subject to an ugly topic about cheating. So what is really going on?
Because people be talking about that all beauty skin deep now, because ugly niggas cheat too. I had this ugly ass nigga. This nigga was so ugly. Somebody told me they was like, give it an ugly nigga, he'll treat you right. Shit, that nigga had more women than I was like, what the fuck? No, it doesn't matter. Beauty in, beauty out, beauty skin deep, beauty not skin deep. It doesn't matter. If you're ass ugly, you're ugly. There's still somebody out there for everybody. Everybody don't think everybody cute. Everybody, if you ugly. If you ugly, you ugly. I don't care how nice you is. People still look at you like that motherfucker ugly. Nah, you could be the nicest motherfucker in the world. If you're ugly, you're ugly.
That's tough. So what if he really wasn't as ugly as you thought he was? If he had all them women, he might not have been as ugly as you thought he was.
No, he was ugly. No, this motherfucker look like Flavor Flav and Beetlejuice mixed. Like, it still don't matter. Like, they still cheat. Like, they still cheat.
So what
it doesn't matter.
What is ugly? Because I mean, there were people who thought that dude. What was that dude? What was that singer's name? What was that dude's name? The black dude. Had that song a long time ago. I don't know if it was from one of them movies. It was like a big hit song. Kiss from a Rose. What was that dude's name? Seal. Right? Seal looked like he'd been in a knife fight every day of his life. You know what I'm saying? His face was all scarred up and all that shit. And he was dating supermodels and all that shit. So, what is ugly really? What does that mean?
Yeah, but still wait till you have money to get somebody too. Shit. I mean, money. Some women see green. They don't give a fuck how you look. So, I mean, look at Russell Westbrook and look at buddy from Miami. The Heat. Fuck is his name? Anyway, look at them. When you got money, some women don't even see that. It's all about money, so they see green. But if you ugly, you're ugly. Some people might think I'm ugly. Some people might think you're ugly. It doesn't matter. If you're ugly, you're ugly. If you're nice, you're not. It ain't about. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I married her because she's beautiful on the inside. No, you married her because your ass ugly too, and she ugly too. Get the fuck out of here
Okay,
with all
so
that
so
shit.
so how much does a butterface situation impact ugliness? So I'm sure you know what a butterface is, right?
A what?
A butterface?
Butterface?
Yes.
What? I mean, is that just ugly?
A butterface is everything looks good but her face. So she has a very nice body. Everything else looks good.
Like
The
we
face.
say, dick do. Okay, got
Yeah. So so but how much does that have an impact? I guess I don't know what the male version would be. So how does that work for women? So could a man be more attractive if the facial features may not be what you seek to say? He works out, he's in shape. I know you said money is an impact, but let's just say money's not the end all be all. Can a person
yeah.
improve their looks by having a nice body, even though the face may be
I'm
beat?
I'm gonna tell you something. My husband explained to me years ago. We had this conversation. He said a woman can be fine but ugly in the face. I said, what do you mean? He said her body can be bad, but she ugly in the face, so she fine.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? So he said, no, seriously. A woman could be busted in the face, but her body bad, she's fine. I said, oh, okay. Well, he told me the truth. That's a man thing. So hey, and and just like y'all say, butterface. Like if a man is looking at the woman's body and her body fine, but her face fucked up, just like a woman, he could be fucked up in the face, but he got money. So it's the same thing.
So see, this is where we get back to these situations with women and body and money, and it's always something with the money and the body. See, you be putting price on the pussy. All this, I don't know about y'all women. Now y'all lying, y'all cheating. We buying body parts. We just man, this is a tough situation. I mean, this is 2019. The game didn't change. I don't know what's happening.
Yes,
Uh,
it has. I'm trying to tell y'all the game too. If y'all want to listen, y'all can listen. If you don't, you don't. I'm just hey, I'm looking at the people around me, and the women around me, and I ain't mad at them. It is what it is. But y'all just don't. I mean, it's the same. Just like y'all said, butterface. Okay, you looking at her body, like she got that small waist, that big ass, and big thighs, or whatever you like. But her face is fucked up. Y'all not gonna be looking at her face. Y'all looking at her body.
that's what doggy
A
style is made
woman.
for.
Yep. Some women. This motherfucker is butt ass ugly, but he got bread. So she go fuck with him. So it's the same thing. It's just reverse.
It's tough. So that's why Flavor
It,
Flav had a show because they just wanted some of that notoriety, some of that fame. I don't know if Flavor Flav is still rich or not, but you know, Flavor Flav was a questionable character, and he had all these women on the show. And I'm not saying those women were the most attractive women ever, but so do you think that's what played into him being able to have that show for a couple of seasons?
yep. Yep. Money. Money. You talking about Flavor Flav, right?
Yes.
Yeah, money. Because goddamn, there's no way. See, I'm not the type. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. There's no way I would have kissed Flavor Flav in the mouth. There's no way. Like, he's been having his gold probably since the 80s, first of all, in his mouth. So, in a way, no. I mean, but there is the reason why he had those seasons is because that's what they were looking at. They couldn't have possibly seen this 5'4" man with gold and was old as fuck was fine. There's no way. There's no way. They was looking at money. There's no way. They was looking at money. It was all about the money. They didn't love Flavor Flav. Come on now.
If
Maybe
it
New
ain't about
York
the
did.
money.
Huh?
Now I'm just singing that Ti song. If it ain't about the money. Okay.
That's what it's about. But with men, it ain't about the money. If the face is ugly, but her body fine as fuck, then if she got a damn, if her face is like, I don't know who y'all call ugly, but her body is like whoever y'all call fine, y'all not gonna be looking at her face. That's men. Y'all not gonna do it. Y'all just the body. I mean, my husband explained that to me, and when he explained it to me, I was like, wow, okay,
So that's why I believe
'cause
in the 30-point scale instead of a 10-point scale because I think when you have, because like I said, I base it on the 30-point scale because that way you can account for certain features that you can't always address on a 10-point scale. And I think that's part of one of those things, the ugly face, but everything else could be fine. So that's why I think there's a difference. But shout out to your husband for giving you some of that inside info.
yeah, he did. I asked him. Because I was like, what you mean? What you mean by fine? But I was like, he said, no, a woman can be fine. When we say a woman is pretty or bad, I mean the whole from the top to the bottom or whatever you said. You said if her body could just be fine and this and that. I said, oh, okay. Because like for a woman, it's not different. Your body could be. I'm not really on the body thing because if you all buffed and shining and slicking up with baby oil, I think your ass gay. So that's not what do it for me.
What?
Like, oh no,
You
no.
ain't trying to get, you might be able to, curry. Man, because I seen a thing, and women, like I said, y'all just want so much more from men. It's just not right. I seen this thing,
We
and
do,
it was
we do.
a big girl. There ain't nothing wrong with the big girls. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
this chick was talking about, oh, I need a man who can do this. Now this chick was a little bit larger, and basically, and there was a bunch of women who chimed in. And I was just like, y'all really sick in y'all head. And the man was picking her up, right? Like physically lifting her up, actually she ran and jumped on him, and he caught her. His knees buckled a little bit, but he stood firm. Um, and yeah, they said, "Oh, this is a real man. This the kind of man. This. Like, is that not an indictment on yourself if you got to have a certain type of dude that can hold your weight as opposed to maybe working on your own self and instead of saying, oh, it's only a real man who can carry this kind of weight? Like, is that not a kind of a double standard in some manner?
I mean, it may be, but I know like some women who like real skinny dudes. Like me personally, I don't want no real skinny. Like I don't want you to be 6'5", 150 pounds. Like that's not what I want. I like to, I guess, when I'm riding, I want to feel some meat. I mean, that's meat, But a lot of women like real skinny dudes. So it's just we listen. We are like, okay. I'm gonna admit one thing. Men and women are alike in one thing. We like what we like. Like there's some men who would not do any kind of big women. I think they're lying. I think they would in undercover, but okay, it is what it is. But there's some women who would not do certain things. Now, I can't say I ain't never had a skinny ass man. I didn't enjoy myself, but everybody have their preferences. I don't have preferences. I think a pussy is a pussy to man, but that's just me. I'm a girl. That's just the way I think about dudes. But as far as me, like I'm not finna like a man who strip. They don't turn me on at all. Like I'll run. Like I won't even look. I won't even go to male strip clubs. It's nasty. I think they're gay, but that's me. But some women like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think we're like in that aspect,
Okay. Okay. Well, anything else you would like to add, Miss Meach? Besides teaching these ladies how to cheat?
They already know. I ain't taught them nothing. So I ain't taught them nothing. We know what it is.
Remember that, fellas. Remember that. They
So
all
don't
know.
cheat first. No, y'all remember. Don't cheat first. Remember, don't cheat first, and you won't get it back. But you will never know that you got it back. Remember that.
But what if you don't cheat first and she out there cheat? What if she using her her
Somebody who
ninja
wants to
cheating
cheat.
skill?
But that's women like my sisters. That's what I'm telling you. There's different type of women. Like
So how do you tell the
there's
difference?
women out there who just like that post you did earlier, that 30-minute thing you did with the meals. I agree with you on that because there's women who just go out for men who just to get food. So I agree with that. There's women out there. There's hoes like y'all say. Now I don't agree with you and all y'all men. There's 3 type of women because y'all think y'all know women. There's really more than 3 type of women. There's not bitches, hoes, and what was the third one?
Ladies. There's
Okay, ladies.
Yes.
There's more than bitches, hoes, and ladies. There's more than that. There's more women. There's more types of women. But okay, not gonna give y'all that. But hey, yes, there is. There's women out there like that. There's women out there just use you, will use your ass up, and even if you think she committed to you, even in a marriage, because both my sisters was married, but they had like several men on the side. So yes, there is women out there like that. But there's not many. But there are women who's faithful to your ass. As soon as you go out there and cheat, And we know we don't want to leave your ass because you cheated one time. You never know we did it back.
That's tough.
You think we forgave? We did forgive you because we did it back.
Two
Yeah,
wrongs
we only
do
did it.
not
And
make a
listen,
right.
it doesn't. But let me tell you something. Every woman that don't, some of y'all fail to realize. Y'all think every woman screw a man catch feelings. No, 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 no. We can screw a man more than once, twice, 10, 15 times, and not catch any type of feelings. Okay? So now, just know that. And I'm being 100. We can screw too without catching feelings. I promise you.
We'll take your word for
I promise. But I'm gonna let somebody else call me.
it. Already, Miss Beat. I appreciate your call.
All right, rise up all the
No,
time.
now sit your ass
Rise
down.
up
Nobody
all
want
the
to hear that.
time.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I mean, sit your ass down. I don't want to hear that shit.
Rise up all the time. Good
That's what,
night.
you're going to take that L. I can't wait till the season. Talk shit. That's the bet. I can't wait till football season. I'm glad we got some variety fans. I'm finna talk shit about all that shit. Hey, look, I ain't even mad about the Monster Ball scene. Before Monster Ball, Halle Berry. Every man talking about, oh, I want that Halle Berry one. Halle Berry be getting her ass beat up, left. Like, why is it that Halle Berry keeps getting like Halle Berry does not leave men? Men leave Halle Berry. And for her to be that attractive or whatever, it's got to be something bad about it. Old niggas leaving Halle Berry, young niggas leaving Halle Berry, white, black. I'm sure some type of foreign alien space creature that been with it and left her. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Man, I ain't gotta say nothing. You can keep on going with that thought right there.
Well,
You can keep on going.
yeah, some up
Nah,
Halle Berry. I've been thinking that for a long time.
I was calling in because you know what? I kind of agree with Miss Meat a little bit right there. Because I grew up around women,
Okay.
and I seen these things.
Okay.
But the one thing that I disagree with is she said women would cheat if a man cheat first. I have to disagree with that because I told y'all a story.
Yeah.
I've never ever cheated on a woman in my life, but I've been cheated on several times. So that's the only part I disagree with. Now, but she is right though. We don't know women, but the thing is, when she said they know men, I disagree with that one. Because I'm gonna say this here, because if a lot of women did know men, we wouldn't have these problems that we have these days. We don't know women, but women don't know men either. Because if we did know each other, we would not have these issues that we have today. All that stuff that she was telling you, we would already know. And all stuff that we tell women would know. Women wouldn't disagree with when we try to tell them things that, saying that we like and we want and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? So I put it like this: in general, yeah, we might know a woman or know, we might know in general, about a woman and about a man, but the person themselves, I think that takes a little bit time to get to know. Now, excuse me. Now, I ain't even say who in the hell I was. Goddamn, people know now. This is man up. But I just got right into what I was saying. But the topic is, how do you define beauty? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because like she was saying earlier, people can find somebody cute, and the next person can find that person ugly. The next person can find that woman, find that that person sexy as hell, or whatever the case is. That is a true statement. It all depends on the person. Because I put in the chat, San Casella, I think he's a alien-looking motherfucker, but I don't know if he still is married, but he had a beautiful wife when he was with the Rockets. He had a beautiful wife. And I gotta say, I don't give a damn what nobody say. That was all about the money. All about the money, if you ask me. So it can be about the money. Then I know she was saying that women use men for money and men use women for sex and they looks and stuff. Yeah, that is a true statement. A lot of guys do that. Now, of course, I know it's not everybody, every woman or every man. No, that would be a lie. But I know that stuff does happen. Excuse me, sorry about that. But I am saying this here though. I think when it comes to looks, man, me personally, I do hate that's how we determine who we want to get with about looks. Because you brought up Flavor Flav. Hey, I gotta admit, man, that is one weird looking motherfucker with that big ass clock around his neck. I don't even know what to make of that motherfucker. But he did have a lot of women on, and you brought up Seal. You're right, and I said the same thing about Prince. What woman would want a man that acts like her? But it's because this man got money and he's famous. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. I just can't see no woman wanting a man that wears makeup and eyeliner and high heels and all that shit. I would think you would want a man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So it is what it is. But I'm pretty sure whatever it is, whatever that is. But I look at it like this here, man. When it comes to what we define as beauty, it all depends on the person. Because I think my wife is sexy as hell, but it can be somebody out there that thinks that she's toe up from the flow up.
Yeah.
So it just all depends. So with all that being said, you know what I'm saying, it really all depends on, you know what I'm saying, what you think. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your mind, your eyes, your brain, you know what I'm saying? What's in your heart. Then now me personally, when I was younger, what I thought was sexy, you know what I'm saying, she had to have some big old titties, had to have big old ass.
Yeah.
But then after reality slapped me in the face a few times, all that shit went away. Then I look and see what a woman actually is about, and that's what's sexy to me. That's what beauty is to me. You know what I'm saying? What she really is about in life in general. So all that other excess stuff, thrown out the window. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? What really too much? What the titties or the ass look like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. You know, a lot of people don't disagree with me on that stuff, but that's just my take on it. So, and then on top of that, it was somebody else I was thinking about before I called in. Apparently, I can't think of who it is. But anyway, God dog it, who was it? Because you was just talking about Halle Berry. Oh, Jennifer Lopez. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay.
You know, Jennifer Lopez couldn't really keep a man. You know what I'm saying? So looks don't really mean anything. And the same thing with Beyonce. She's not a bad looking woman whether you like her or not. She's not a bad looking woman. But look, she got a man that got a bunch of money, but he was unfaithful to her. So looks don't really mean anything these days. See what I'm saying? Looks don't mean nothing. It really all depends on who you are on the inside and the person that you're with or who they are on the inside. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all this stuff that we're talking about inner beauty, so it don't mean anything. And so that's just my take on it, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know we all going all kind of sideways on this topic here since I joined. I was listening toward the end of the day. This was called, and I'm like, I can't really, speak on what he was saying because I didn't catch the whole thing. I know he was just talking about he was giving out advice, but then I heard Miss Meat call in, and like I said, I agree with her because I grew up around nothing but females, and they were all trifling. Well, I ain't gonna say all of them, but most of them were all trifling.
They all trifling, goddamn. She said it.
But the only thing is, though, is that she was talking about if a woman only cheat if a man cheat. Like I said, I disagree with that because I've never, ever cheated on a female in my life, and I've been cheated on a bunch of times, so I know that's a lie. That's the only part I disagree with, so it is what it is. But that's my take on it, man. You got anything for me?
Okay. I know, even though I know you mentioned that the inner beauty is a thing, and I know you said when you were younger, the physical features were a thing. Now let's just hit the rewind button. Let's say this is hypothetical because I don't want woman up, banning you from the den or anything like that. She's gonna be like, what this nigga tell you got you over there saying? But what was your ideal image of a woman or your ideal preference? I mean, was it a race to it? Was it? I know you said like say ass and titties and things like that. Was it a certain type of facial feature structure? plus size, thick, slim? Like, what was your what caught your eye first when you saw a woman? Or what was your ideal image of beauty? Was there a person that you would say maybe represents that?
Well, back in the day, like I said, you had to have some ass and some titties. That's what I liked. That's what I wanted. Now, thick didn't matter to me as long as you ain't too damn big. Well, I can't, handle you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking no big women. Don't get me wrong. I ain't knocking no big women, but that's not my thing. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is what it is. So. But other than that, I didn't really care about a race. I didn't really care about your height, not too much. I didn't want no midget, don't get me wrong. And I didn't want no 10-foot woman, don't get me wrong. And so other than that, man, I ain't really, too much care. That's really what I wanted back in the day. So, but I do want to say this here before I go. I forgot who that was, and I see Jay Dizzle commented on it. Now, I do find that very, very disrespectful that somebody's in the chat talking about my wife, cheating on me and stuff like that. That's not right. And I see they deleted their comment. So I appreciate that, Jay Dizzle, having my back. I thank you, man. But that's not right. Yeah, should nobody be doing no shit like that. That's fucked up. Because I never ever said anything about my wife cheating on me. I said back in the past, I've been cheated on. Now, my first wife, yes. But my current wife, no. But anyway, I'm finna go and get off this line, man. I'll holler at you.
Man, I appreciate your call, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
All right, have a good one.
All right. Shame on y'all. I'm wagging my finger at you. Now, because if we start talking about niggas cheating on and y'all wrong and y'all dogs, and I'm blaming you, James, or you did something. You was over there fucking one of them Kardashians. Look, hey, y'all behave. I can't control y'all toxic. The toxicity is potent this evening. So, okay, interesting. Where we at? Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Ashley. What's the motherfucking deal, Miss Ashley? How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm alive, I'm breathing, and I have no complaints. So, Miss Ashley, what are your thoughts when it comes to the standard of beauty in society?
Just mainly just be attractive. You don't have to look a certain way, but just have to be attractive somehow.
So what is attractive in your opinion?
There's different types of attractiveness. You can be unconventionally attractive or, just like really pretty, but it just depends on the person.
Okay. If you were to use like a famous example of somebody who's attractive, who would be your point of reference?
Like a guy.
Yes. Like if you were a female looking for a dude, what would be a guy that would be your ideal attractiveness?
Like a young Wesley Snipes. He was super fun.
Oh, you like that 72% dark cocoa chocolate. Okay. I got you. What is it about Wesley that a young Wesley that catches your attention?
Just like he was so good looking with his lips. They're nice. He was just really good looking.
How did you feel about Wesley's crazy haircuts in the movies that he were in? Did that detract from his appearance, or were you okay with that? Would you date a Wesley Snipes who wore some of those haircuts, a la Blade, a la Demolition Man?
mean, he looks fine with it, but New Jack City, Wesley Snipes, that's, you know, he looked good in that movie.
New Jack City. All right. So, did you in New Jack City? So when he told nobody, sit your $5 ass down, did that make you feel some type of way?
Oh my gosh. No.
I don't know where that came from, but okay. So, how do you feel about the way society has changed? As a woman, looking at how society has changed, kind of the image of the men that they push forth. Why do you think back in the day? Hello, can you hear me?
Well,
Testing. Can you hear me? Well, fine then. I didn't want to ask you the question anyway. If you're going to act like they're just going to hang up on me, how dare you? It's going to be like that. That is tough. Well, shout out to Miss Ashley. Let me see. Wrong dilly dally. No, I'm not pulling it all night. I'm pulling it all night. I'm not pulling it all night. We're gonna go a little while longer, but I ain't pulling it all night. Look, I got up early today. My clock is dysfunctional. It's stuck on like 3. I apologize. Well, no, okay, I actually cut it off that time, so your ears ain't fucked up. So fuck y'all ears. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
You already know who the fuck it is.
Man, I have no idea who this is. I've never heard. I don't know this number. I ain't seen this number so long. What is your name?
It's Lady Me.
Yes, the lady. Yes, you are very distinctive in your vocal and your mannerisms. So yes, we know Miss Lady with Miss Lady. How are you feeling, Miss Lady? It's been a while. I know you had some things to deal with. How are you feeling, Miss Lady?
I was aggravated, but you know, it's all right. You know, chill forever and a damn day. It's all right though. Hey, your ass, but it's all right though. Oh, speaking of which, stop calling out my name in the dance floor all the time. Dang, I wasn't even on you hollering my name and stuff like that. But it's okay though, because at least I found out. Yeah, but look, at least I found out I'm not the biggest freak in the den no more. So that's cool.
But it was all love. I shout out your name in love to say, hey, you know, we were thinking about Miss Lady Licious. I know she has some stuff going on. And, you know, we just wish you well.
Oh hell no! I was talking about last night. That is not what you said. But anyway,
what I said last night. I be saying a lot of shit. I be forgetting what I said last night.
I don't know. You said something about Miss Lady said something, and then no girl was on the phone and she was talking about anime porn and stuff, and I was like, damn, man, this motherfucker is just like me. I was like, damn it, until she said the butthole thing in the booty. Nah, hell no. I was like, okay, she the biggest freak. Y'all can have that. Appreciate it.
gal. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, you over there for the investment?
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking about Miss Sandrika. Okay. Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that watches anime porn. I don't know. I like that shit better. I can't stand the ugly face of some bitches making real porn. But anyway.
Okay, so now that you brought that up, what anime porn are you watching? What's your favorite character?
Damn, I don't even know. I just watch random shit.
Oh, good grief. Okay. How did you get into watching animated porn? What piqued your interest with this?
Damn, what was that movie? There was a hentai type movie or whatever that's like, I don't know, it's kind of, you know, like not common, but you know, it's kind of out there and a lot of people know about it. I just forgot what the hell it's called. Overlord, something, I don't know. But I was watching that with somebody and I was like, what the fuck? And I kind of got turned on a little bit and I was like, oh, okay, well.
So you were watching that shit with the octopus tentacles and shit, that weird shit?
Yeah. I was like, okay, well then, all right. That's kind of weird, but it kind of turned me on. So I was like, that's something I didn't even know before, but it's okay. So I just thought it I watch the other ones like the school, college ones or whatever like that. But that's mainly what I watch. That's just what got me started. So, but yeah, because like I said, real life porn, them motherfuckers either retarded or they sound retarded. Or, it'd be like that background music, that shaka bam bam, that type thing.
Wait. What was that? What was the background music again? Can you hit
Shaka
that
bam
note
bam,
again?
you know what I'm talking about?
All right. Okay. Just making sure. All right. Okay.
You know what it is. Don't act like that. If you talk about reborn virgin too, I was like, Lord, listen to him. Lie through his damn teeth.
Why can't I be reborn again? I mean, this is the day and age we live in. If women can say, "Hey, you know what? I've deleted my wholeness. I'm reborn again, and I'm living
Okay,
as a better man."
that's fine. Well, how long did that last? When's the last time you had some?
I don't condone those activities. I don't do that type of stuff.
Let you tell it.
Me and Lady Honcho, we sit and we meditate
Whatever.
together, and
You
we
know, been
meld.
reborn again, huh?
We meld
Okay,
minds.
I got you.
It's a mental thing. We've transcended the physical interaction to a mental state of sensation that cannot be achieved by physical interaction. So we've transcended the carnal pleasures of the body, of the flesh. It is now a sensation of the mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, you preaching now? Okay, I'll let you tell it. That's all right. You can have it. I still don't believe you, but that's okay.
Wow. Well, would I lie to y'all?
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me go a little bit, but that's not. We ain't talking about me. We talking about you. We ain't talking about me. So here's the thing. So what is your idea of beauty? What do you think is the standard of beauty? If you were to pick out a woman or a man, what do you think is in your mind? What is the representation of beauty if you were to pick a maybe a famous person that people could relate to?
I mean, I can't really say, like, I don't know, not a specific person right now, but I mean, you got to be beautiful inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Like them doctors you showed. I mean, yeah, they pretty, and stuff like that, but that's pictures. You don't know what they are on the inside. Because I go to the hospital and them motherfuckers be having straight attitudes. Or I see a bitch that's fine as hell, hold the door open for her and everything, and the bitch won't even say thank you. And I'll be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Your attitude make you ugly. And I hate that females don't realize that shit, but that shit makes your ass look ugly as fuck for real. Like I cannot stand that. But if you genuine in heart, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could even you could be average. I don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying? But if you beautiful inside and out, you know what I'm saying, you got something going. But if you ugly and you got an attitude, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up. For real. I can't even stand that shit. I was like, goddamn, bitch, you ugly. Yeah. But anyway. But yeah, you got to have some kind of genuine heart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't just be sitting over here thinking just because you got an ass or, you know what I'm saying, pretty lips or being fucking deceiving and shit like that. And you ain't got no kind of, a heart or care or anything like that in the world. Then, I mean, really, what the fuck are you? You just some ass and a pretty motherfucking picture. That's all the fuck you are. You can have, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I mean, just because you a doctor don't mean that you're going to have a beautiful motherfucking attitude. Like I said, most of them that I've met, they be having attitudes all day. Like, I don't know what the fuck you going through. I go through shit while I'm at work, and motherfuckers get on my damn nerves. You hear me? I mean, for real. Like, but
so have you ever violated somebody's food who gave you an attitude?
Huh?
So somebody who's ever called in, have you ever violated their food if somebody who's giving you an attitude?
Nah, man. I be wanting to, though, because I be like, I don't understand. Why you talking shit and I'm making your food, though? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've never done it, honestly. But, I mean, you don't know, though. So why you trying people like that? But it is what it is. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I still have to be professional. You know what I'm saying? Just because you piss me off or somebody done pissed on my cornflakes this morning or whatever the case may be, and I come to work and I have to smile, which I will. I put that front on. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, I'll get somebody that actually makes me smile for real just because I gave them that courtesy to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. But some motherfuckers just got attitudes off. They like, goddamn, really, motherfucker, you making me come out my element. You know, I don't even want to be nice to your ass. Really, the motherfucker that came in through the door fine as hell, I'm ready to slam that shit in your motherfucking face. Like, I can't stand that shit. Goddamn, how hard is it to say thank you? You know what I'm saying? How hard is it to say hello or excuse me or whatever the fuck? I was ready to whoop somebody's ass, but see, I'm not that type of person. I don't try to start shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put your hands on me for me to motherfucking really hit your ass for real. You know, I'm not the starter of shit, but I finish. I'll tell you that.
I'm laughing
And that goes always. You know what I'm saying? Fight, fuck, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I finish. Damn right. How you been?
I've been good, but you know it's very good to hear from you because I know it's been a while. I'm just. It's good to hear you in good spirits and being upbeat, and you know we definitely have missed the lady around here. So I'm glad that.
I appreciate it, man. You gotta stay in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sucks when somebody passes away, and it is hard. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to cherish and appreciate the people that's still around you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let your whole world fall apart just because. And I'm not saying just because like it's nothing. No, please don't get that wrong. But it is what it is. You gotta accept. You know, it's life. You know, and like I said, you still got people around you that you love and that you care about. So put the emotions to the side and try to pour out your heart to them while they're still here, because some of them ain't got that long to live after that either. You know what I'm saying? So you just stay appreciated and cherish what you got and not what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just is what it is. And that's in a lot of aspects, you know, material, whatever. I mean, be thankful for what the fuck you got, because you could have nothing. I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? Be thankful for the little bit of food. If you just eat motherfucking ramen noodles, goddamn, be thankful, because you could be eating the shit out the trash can, or you could be just eating nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, appreciate yourself. Appreciate your life. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, and that's what makes people beautiful. When you can appreciate life like that, and, you know what I'm saying, and not be snobby and shit like that, you know, that makes a person beautiful.
Yeah,
it ain't always about that.
I agree. You should
I mean, it just got a little part to do it.
I agree that you should wake up grateful. The fact when you wake up in the morning and you are breathing and you can hop out of bed and you can do all this stuff, I think a lot more people should practice gratitude first thing in the morning. Even if you're not a religious person, even if you're not a praying person, I think you just have to wake up thankful. And ever since I've kind of implemented in my life, man, I see things a lot differently. And when you start off with an attitude of gratitude, you know, your days just go better. You know, because you start looking for the good things instead of looking for everything negative. So I agree with you on that.
Heck yeah. You know, you got to, or you just going to be mad all day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bring other people down. You know, what's the point? Then you just going to be negative with negative around you. You just going to be hurting. You know what I'm saying? You just going to suck. That's how I feel about it. I mean, fuck that. I can't do that shit. I'm trying to smile too. You know what I'm saying? But the only way you get that, you know, it's an old saying. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And you know what I'm saying? It's a moral that goes from decades and beyond. You know what I'm saying? That's something that people should really live by, because it's true. And most of the times when you give it, you receive it. And if you don't, fuck them and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Why let them tear you down? For what? For what? Somebody that you ain't gonna see again?
I got a question for you, Miss Lady. Actually, I got two questions for you.
What's up?
First question is: do the people who are nice, do they get extra toppings?
Hell yeah.
Okay. And
listen, it makes me feel good, because like okay, can I give you an example? Like, one dude came in and he was like, look, I got, you know, I gave him his pizza. I didn't make it, you know what I'm saying, but I gave him his pizza. He looked at it and he was like, look now, that's supposed to be extra sausage, extra cheese. And I was like, man, you're right. That do not look like no extra sausage, extra cheese. I said, look, I'm sorry about that. Let me remake it for you. I apologize. And he was like, okay, cool. And I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, you can keep that one too. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, appreciate it. You know, whatever. I made it. He looked at it. He was like, man, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I made that motherfucker smile for real. So that made me happy. So every time when he come in here now, he's like, man, oh, my girl, I'm so glad you're here. He was like, you know what I want. I'm like, I got you. You know, stuff like that makes you happy. It's like, it makes you feel good inside and it makes you feel proud. I mean, you know, Domino's ain't the greatest motherfucking job, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can make a motherfucker smile and it makes you feel good, goddamn it, that's just what I needed. You know what I'm saying? I might have needed that too. You know, at that moment when he comes in, hey, what's up? You know, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm feeling like shit. I'm glad I seen you today. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Because I just wonder, you know, because I generally try to be friendly and be cool with people if I go places. And I think that has actually worked out in my favor a couple times. One time I got hooked up with like 2-3 extra pizzas. Motherfucker, I guess they ain't come pick their pizzas up or some shit or whatever. So they did, you know, a little Pizza Hut that I would frequent a little bit. I don't know if it was
right.
I don't know if it's the little one. The little one might have got it because she was giving them 2 thumbs up for their pizza, so they threw some extra pizza in there. But okay, so the second question is: you mentioned ramen noodles. What is the best flavor of ramen noodles?
Oh man, pork.
Pork.
I don't know why. Yeah, pork flavor. Yo, pork or beef. I say pork or beef. But I like pork better because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, I used to eat ramen noodles raw. So they was like chips to us, you know what I'm saying? And everybody at recess, you know what I'm saying, used to bring their own bag and shit like that. And we used to trade off flavors. But I'm talking about raw pork was the bomb. Hell yeah.
Y'all train ramen noodles like Pokemon cards. Okay.
What? Like what flavor you got? Let me get that.
Yeah, I go with the beef. Pork has never been one of my favorites. The beef is cool. They got like a lime shrimp or something like that. One of them lime ones, they're pretty all right. You know, chicken is kosher. Chicken is a close second, but pork, I don't know. I mean, I've had the pork, but it's been so long. It's probably been a couple of decades.
Right, because you can't find the pork like that no more. But there's another one that's like chicken and beef got like a different kind. It's like damn, what is it? I like them too. I like that beef better. It's like beef, not original. It's like I forgot. Damn. But yeah, hell yeah. But now I'm talking about when I'm cooking that shit though and stuff like that, because I add cheese, you know what I'm saying? I throw other toppings in there. My homegirl, she made like some straight up Chinese with the ramen noodles, you know, with onions and green peppers and all that good stuff and fried that shit. And I was like, wow, I did not know this. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I make mine. You know what I'm saying? Throw some mushrooms in there and shit like that and fry it in the pan. Hell yeah. What? Shit. Fuck paying $10, bitch. I only paid 75 cents. No, I'm just kidding.
you know it's bad when the noodle pack's getting high. You used to be able to get like $8 for $1 back in the day. Now it's like shit, $8 for $1, $10 for $1, something like that. Now the motherfuckers, you know, you might get $5.
Look, Honcho, they done caught on to us. That's what happened. They done caught on. They was like, man, these motherfuckers getting too happy with this shit. We can make more money. Man, fuck y'all. Y'all can let that shit alone. God damn.
They had a dude, he was locked up for a while, and what he did, he came out, when he got out, he made like a little ramen noodle type business, but he started like swapping up some like more exotic flavors, and he's actually doing pretty well for himself. I thought that was pretty nifty, because, you know,
oh, yeah.
Prison across America, they eating fucking ramen noodles. I mean, it's
so which brand you like the best? You like, okay, between Top Ramen and what is it called? Maruchan? Something like that.
Yeah, I think I fuck with the Maruchan. The Maruchan is the one I rock with. And, but I mean,
Yes,
I'm not
yeah.
necessarily too picky. But like I say, yeah, if I'm going to grab a package, probably gonna be the Maruchan. See, I got my old lady.
Yep.
She picky. She I don't eat that shit. I'm like, yeah, see, you talk about you came from. I don't know about you. You forgot where you came from. You don't want to fuck with the noodles. You be getting on me about that shit. Like shit, I'm finna eat these.
I don't like the top ramen. That shit nasty to me. I don't know, but the Maruchan, that shit off the chain. See, that's what I'm saying. You just gotta hook it up. Throw some fucking Kobe Jack cheese in there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Hey, motherfuckers get hooked. I'm telling you, they don't know. They don't know. You know.
Okay. Well, anything else? Okay, and you answered about women. What is your standard for men? Because the ladies always feel like I'm neglecting the ladies. If you were to have a standard for attraction in a man, who would be your ideal representative of that?
Damn. Shit. Well, like I said, I mean, your attitude says a lot about, you know what I'm saying, about that. Cause like I said, you can be fine to tell, but you can be an asshole, you know what I'm saying? That fineness goes right out the motherfucking window, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, you do gotta look like something. You can't just be like, you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame type shit, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's fucked up to say, but it is what it is. I mean, some people, you know, like that stuff, not me. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know, light skin, dark skin, tall, you know, got some pretty teeth, big neck. We don't talk about this,
But
so
you
you
gotta
know what
just
I'm saying? I
pick
mean,
an
that's,
individual representative. You know, this is some very generic. You gotta pick somebody, a person so that people can have a mental picture of if it's a celebrity or
Lord.
whatever. You gotta. So you might be talking about Gucci Man. You know, they don't know. Who knows? You might be. But I mean, Gucci Man. Gucci Man? What 6'3", 6'4", something like that. He went and got him some new pearly whites. He dark. Pretty sure he's pretty dark. So I mean that would fit the same description. So you gotta give a visual representation so people know what you're describing.
I mean, you know, I'm from Morris Chestnut, you know what I'm saying? Now that motherfucker fine. You know, but that's, you know, but you can't even say that because that's, you know, whatever. I mean, he could be fine on TV and stuff like that, but you don't know what he's like in real life. You know, he could be the biggest asshole, and that's just going by what you see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's fine though. I mean, that's motherfucker fine.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
I wish I had that motherfucker type. You know what I'm saying?
But we being superficial right now, so we gonna assume everybody has a good attitude for now. We know. A lot
I
of
mean,
people
you
have,
look
so.
good and you're nice. You know what I'm saying?
This is all for show. I'm not a nice person. I tell y'all, don't believe everything y'all see on
my God.
on the YouTube.
Well, you do a good job of hiding it, then, because I know, because you was bullying me earlier. I was about to Maria your ass. Just don't Maria me, okay?
Well, damn.
I'm not like that, but you was about to get Maria.
Wow, we was gonna have to have a talk. One of them.
Yeah, hell yeah, you know,
15
sit your ass in
minutes.
the. Hell yeah, sit down. You talk to you.
Gotta fix my face. I gotta adjust. See, that's what I'm saying. I can't be showing y'all too much of that because y'all saw some of the insight on my demeanor a little bit. I was like, hold on, look, I can't show y'all too much. They're gonna be saying Honcho's not this nice guy that we thought he was. He's a bully. He's a mean man.
Oh my goodness. You know, like my husband, he'll try to say he ugly all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when we met and stuff like that, I mean, I was like, okay, you know, yeah, all right, you know. But when that motherfucker was treating me, you know, the way he was treating me, and so nice, and pretty much like I told you, Captain Save-A-Hole type deal because of the situation that I was in, and he looked past all that, you know what I'm saying? I was like a damsel in distress type thing, you know, but he showed me love, you know, something I ain't never had before. He was pretty genuine, and I mean, that just made me look at him, you know, even more like, man, you is kind of sexy, you know. You kind of sexy in your doofy way, you know what I'm saying? You got them lips, though, you know what I'm talking about? And you baby, oh, okay, you know. It's on now, you know. It just really all depends. I mean, if you picky, you just picky, but you gotta watch out with that picky shit because you gonna fuck around and get the wrong one. I done did it, you know what I'm saying? I done fell for the pretty boys and shit like that, and them motherfuckers hurt my feelings. Well, and my ass, and whooped me, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm past the looking phase. I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking. There's nothing wrong with maybe fantasizing about a motherfucker, but you just gotta watch out. You gotta actually know a person. Don't go by looks, cause hey, you never know. Motherfuckers are deceiving. Just like females with the weed and everything else is deceiving. But at the same time, I mean, I wear makeup and stuff like that, and I like to, you know what I'm saying, look good. You know what I'm saying? Men doing the fake hair and everything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You look good, you feel good, you a different person sometimes, most of the times. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some chicks be unbelievable and still an asshole, and I don't know what the fuck wrong with you, but anywho, it is what it is. Everybody ain't the same, but you just gotta watch that sometimes. You know?
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see. You know, I'm trying to chop it. So I know you done missed some things, so I'm trying to, you know, catch up with any good updates that we may have missed.
Oh, I know.
So you listened last night. What was the most shocking thing you heard in last night's stream?
I would like I said, I missed it a lot. Like I didn't even get to hear it until after the shit was already over. So I listened to some of it when I got home. Like old girl, she damn trip. What you call it? She just called in not too long ago talking about cheaters and all this and that kind of mess. I was like, wow, okay. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, y'all like that's okay. We know she didn't get the game. We know what's up.
You're right. She's trying. I ain't got nothing against her. I mean, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I mean, on some things, she a little bit right, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody thinks differently. Like I said, old girl, she really. I was like, damn. She liked a lot of the stuff that I like. I said we could be friends. I was so glad. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I was like, thank God I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? But she got me into, you know what I'm saying? She was like, she do it in the button, and I was like, damn it, I don't do that. So I'm glad that she is now the bigger freak of the den, and so that's cool. I'm glad for that. So I'm glad I got to hear that for it. But yeah, that's all I really heard. After her conversation, I was at home. It was 4:30 in the morning. I was ready to hit the bed. I was done.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's see. We were talking about virginity last night. So, would you like to share your story of well, consensual, your first consensual experience? Maybe not necessarily virginity.
I was about to say because the first time it didn't even happen. I thought it happened, kind of, and then not. So I kind of like faked it, type deal. The motherfucker wasn't fucking nothing but thighs, but he was happy. So I was like, okay, well, all right. But yeah, the first initial, I mean, it hurt, but he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a real nice dude. He took his time and stuff like that. So I have to say it was pretty good. But it wasn't until about my mid-20s or whatever, the first time that I actually orgasmed with a guy. But then I still had to like kind of do things to get that orgasm. So it wasn't until I met my husband that I actually orgasmed just off of sex. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just regular, you know, missionary type. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until then that I orgasmed off that, and I was like, well, okay, so that worked out great. He is just my size, obviously. You know what I'm saying? All right. But But yeah, I mean, other times were good. I had some great experiences. I say, I've had a threesome with two dudes. It's so fucked up because it's like, hey, if you had a threesome with two dudes, it's automatically called a gangbang. And I'm like, but that's not even how it was. You know what I'm saying? The bitch was like, oh my God, on cloud nine with that shit. Jesus Christ. Phew. I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, you've
Goddamn,
mentioned it
going
now,
down
and
memory road.
so now we're going to talk about it. So there's been a couple
Okay,
of
because
okay, go ahead. No, 'cause
go ahead.
there's a couple of ladies who said that they would be interested in a situation like that, but I guess the stigma that's applied to those kind of situations is a negative one, So what convinced you to do such a thing?
Man, I don't know. Like, one of them I was hanging out with all the time. This was, we just really chilled. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker was short, but he was cute because he looked like Tupac Honda. You know what I'm saying? But he was short. So, but he was a cool ass dude, and we met in the club and stuff like that. So we was chilling. He was in the army and stuff like that. And then I met his roommate. You know what I'm saying? He fucking light skinned, long ass dreads and shit like that. And I was like, God damn, you fine. You know what I'm saying? But it was never like that. And then I don't know. I mean, he used to, when I got off of work, that motherfucker would call a taxi and stuff like that, and be like, hey, come on over. I'm like, all right, bitch, you pay, motherfucker, I come. You know what I'm saying? We chilling, partying and stuff, and then it was just them two. The party had died down. We was fucked up, and then it was just like, okay. So, you done with dishes? All right. Damn, you fast. All right. So, you know how to clean these? Okay. You mind brushing them out, whatever, real quick, and I'll get the rest of that stuff. Okay. And yeah, I'm at work. Alrighty then. Okay, so anyway, so he kind of started with me, and I was like, okay, kissing certain spots, like, yeah. And then the other one came, and he just rubbing me down, massaging me and shit like that. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, damn, I never thought I could feel like this, so it wasn't like, bang, 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 and then next one, bang, 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 you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just literally mainly just kissing, licking, and massages. I ain't even, like, have sex with neither one of them. And it's just something that they want to do. They didn't feel awkward around each other or nothing like that, so it was just like, wow. I ain't never had that. Most of the times people be ready to, stick something, and they didn't. They did everything else, though, so I was cool with that.
So did you ever
I'm not
question
complaining.
the sexuality of these two gentlemen? So you didn't have any penetrative sex. You just kind of got treated to a special arrangement, you would say.
No, not really. Because, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? It was like we were just friends first. So, that's just what it was. And if I didn't feel like, me and Short Dude, because that's the main one that I was talking to, we ended up, later on. But it was just that night. That's all they wanted to do. I'm not mad. I enjoyed it. I ain't finna question that shit. That was the best shit I ever had. Cause you get tired of men just being like ready to fucking stick. You know what I'm saying? Or when you gonna give me some head? When we gonna fuck? Blah blah blah. That shit is annoying. You ask me that shit, bitch, you ain't never getting it. That's just how I feel about it. But
I'm just throw my 2 cents into the into the scenario. Those gentlemen were probably not only roommates, but they probably had personal interactions with one another.
Hell no, I don't think so. Because the other one, he had a girlfriend too.
What does that mean? What are you saying? What does that even mean these days?
True, it could be, but I don't know. I don't even care though. It is what it is.
Well,
it's too many of them nowadays. So I'm bi, so I can't discriminate.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. Uh,
Really?
Never heard of such a thing in my life.
Trust me, I was shocked too. I believe you me. I was shocked because like I said, that's all you hear is, we ain't ready to sign. Motherfuckers only want to wait, motherfucking 2 weeks. They trying to get it all the damn time, but no, them motherfuckers, he was a straight gentleman.
That's
I don't know if he felt like he wasn't gonna get it because he was intimidated to begin with. You know what I'm saying? The short dude, because he was short, and I don't know. Whatever, that messed him up, but it's just like, okay, well.
So you
it
basically didn't have to do anything. You just were on the receiving end.
I swear to God. I swear to God, it was the best night of my life. I promise you.
Were there any drugs involved?
Nope.
Okay.
Just alcohol.
What state was this in that this took place?
It was in Georgia.
Okay. Oh, well, that says a lot.
Okay, but they not from Georgia. They Army dudes. You know what I'm saying? I think one of them was from Detroit. The other one, he was from New York.
I'm going to be honest with you, Miss Lady. Listen, I love you. I love you. I'm not judging you any kind of way. I think you're a great person. I think you're a very genuine person. And I love your honesty. You got tangled in between some questionable characters there. That's just not because Miss Meat said something yesterday. I don't know if you heard her call, but it was basically, what man doesn't want his dick sucked? And if you're in a situation like that where you're getting frisky and freaky and all this other stuff, and you don't get anything out of it, no pussy, no head, no nothing, just look, I can be a giver, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm still want something out of it. Blue balls is not fun, I don't know. So after the situation was over, how long did you stay after y'all finished up? Did you stay the night? Did you end up leaving afterwards, or how long did you remain after that whole experience was over?
I mean, I spent the night.
Okay.
I was drunk. It was late. I spent the night a lot of times, and I had my own bed and everything. They didn't.
Oh.
He was very respectful. I mean.
Yeah.
Until we actually started really messing around and stuff like that, which was like maybe a week after that situation, that we were like, okay, maybe we should date or something like that. And then it was just me and him, but it was, it was just that one time that it was both of them, and that was it.
I mean, hey, if you got you a win out of it, I'm not mad at you. You do your thug thing.
Exactly. Why you think I ain't question that shit? I mean, shit.
I'm just saying.
But it's times that I do that with my husband. You know what I'm saying? I kiss him, whatever,
that's different.
We don't necessarily have to have sex.
That's different. Like when you committed to somebody, sometimes you just say, hey, you know what? We've been together a while. Let me do something nice for you. Let me do a little something special for you. Let me do something a little special. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you're talking about a situation like that doesn't occur necessarily frequently. I don't know. Maybe that lifestyle.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Before that situation, I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna question it. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. Like I said, to me, that was the best experience. You know what I'm saying? Just sexual wise, and I feel like there was nothing wrong with that because I've been through. I had, motherfuckers took that shit. Yeah. So when the motherfuckers nice and they respectful, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna look any more past that.
Okay.
It's very rare that you find people like that. You're right, and that's a shame.
No, it's not.
That's
a shame.
It's
not a shame.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a shame.
To me, it is.
In one way, it's a shame, but we're not even going to get that. I'm just saying, if you was having
I mean, my husband was the same way. He was very respectful when we first met. But it is what it is. I mean, it's really not that many. Not that many that I came across, sadly. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't date that often because I always ended up with the assholes. So I've only had like maybe 3 serious relationships. Other than that, I was in a relationship for like 3 days just until they got the button and they left. You know what I'm saying? Or, one night stand and we stayed together for a while. That was that one guy, but I mean that shit didn't last long. And then I had people that moved away. It could have been something, you know what I'm saying, but ended up not. So I mean, it just depends,
Okay. Okay. Well,
you know.
all right.
But anywho, let me get off the phone because he's looking at me like, bitch, I'm ready to go.
Tell me
It's
what
only me and you here.
you the boss. You set the rules. You know what I'm saying? He got to stay there overnight. Lock him in the damn stove. You know what I'm saying? God damn it, he gonna be there in the morning. You don't make no rules around here.
Right. It's already bad enough. I'm short a person, so it's just me and him closing the night and not, 3 people. So I need to get on my game. Anywho, I'll talk to y'all later. I love you guys. Y'all have a great night.
All right, you too, Miss Lady.
And
It's good to hear from you, and I'm glad you called me. And I'm glad you're back, and we look forward to hearing from you more frequently.
you know it.
All
You
right.
know it.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right. I think we'll wrap it up on that one for the evening, but yeah, we're gonna take a quick poll, okay? Because I just want to gauge the room on this one. If you think that was just a kosher situation, leave a 0. Press 0. If you think that was an awkward situation, press 1. I just want to know what y'all think about that situation. Okay. Yes, the Carolina Panthers are an awkward situation. Cam might be one of them. And Cam's a good football player. I'm not saying he's not a good football player, but Cam and his particular fashion sense, questionable, very questionable. Okay, this may be our first unanimous. This is the first thing we're all in agreement on. Okay. All right, Heidi, you don't know nothing. You're Cortana. You ain't you was in the computer chip. You don't know what was going on. Okay. Okay, but hey, leave D Hop out of it. He's the best in the league at his position. Why are all the better receivers questionable? Andre wasn't like that. OBJ questionable. Hop unique. Look, cause Hop look. See, OBJ is questionable because of just his whole mannerism. See, Hop is just different. He bust up Iggy and then he mashed off, so we ain't even tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hating, lady. We love you. This is not an indictment on your character, Miss Lady. This is nothing about you. We're not. This has no bearing on your credibility or your character. Just think the situation was odd. Okay. David Carr is a Texans hater. All right. I gave the pimp back her pistachios, even though I need to tax some of those. But you're gonna be back at 0. So I think so too. I think the Den has the best colors. I love it. I do seriously enjoy. I do enjoy chopping up with the Den folk because it's very interesting to hear. So somebody asked about a mixer. I don't know. Stay tuned. I don't know. Maybe not. I have to see how I'm feeling here in a few. Sometimes I may just randomly pop up and jump on the mixer. I finished that Hitman. I can always do some random missions, but I still got to finish Assassin's Creed. I still got a long ways to go on Assassin's Creed. And then I have The Witcher, which I have not even really played at all. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's up with that. So there's that. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey. The latest one, whatever one is the latest one. That's the one I got. So I'll see if I do. If it's not by, it's already one. I don't know. We'll see. If it's not maybe by 1:30ish or so, then probably not gonna happen. I'm waiting till the little automated thing pops up so I can do my proper outro. Jailbait Jones in the house tonight. But I think y'all are all great people. I sincerely do. I think y'all are awesome people. And I may not really know y'all personally. Half of y'all might be random characters and government officials, because I don't know about some of these anonymous blank profiles, these blue and green and orange and red pictures. But I'm going to assume you guys are real. Living in this day and age where you never know. It's a lot of fancy technology in the day and age of deep fakes and all that other stuff. You just never know. But I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for coming in each and every night and just participating. Well, I'll take this on, my ears hot, shit. And participating, and there we go. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. You can catch both those, my personal social medias. Hit that like button if you're listening here. Hit that like button if you're just listening in. Hit that subscribe button. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live. Easiest way to remember, denshowlive@gmail.com if you want to send an email. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central. We have live dens, and every night, 7 days a week, 10 p.m. Central. We have evening dens. If you can't watch, listen, denshowpodcast.com. And if you want to go get the Honchos, my homie, or some of the other Den Show merch, go to denshowshop.com. If you ever want to call the Den, whether we're live or not, 833-284-3336. You can text, you can send screenshots. If you've got some news or something you would like me to talk about, you can do that. Streamlabs.com/the Den Show if you would like to make a one-time donation to the channel and support the channel. If you would like to make a monthly pledge, shout out to James, Diana, Stina Starry-Eyed, Dan, the man, Donald Trump, Betty White, and not Betty White. Betty White. That's Tenny's. That's Tenny's Xbox name. Betty Spaghetti and Miss Goya. I appreciate all the Patreon supporters and showing long-term faith in the channel, the community, as we continue to progress and grow. Because the way things are going, in the YouTube world, they don't necessarily like conversations like the ones we have here. And ultimately, the goal is to grow, to develop my own personal platform, so that way, free speech never dies. Yes, Donald Trump is a Patreon member, so shout out to Donald Trump. He bought my vote, so there's that. But I appreciate all of you. I thank all of you. You are all great people. Sincerely, I really do think you are special people. Not just because you come through here and rock with the community, but some of the stories that you share, whether they're serious, whether they are humorous, whether they just are your experience, whether we agree or disagree, that's what makes the Den so special, because we're not all supposed to agree. I enjoy the arguments. I enjoy, riling people up. Sometimes y'all be trying to, push my buttons a little bit, but I still love y'all. Because this is what it's about. We have to have these discussions. Everything shouldn't always be peachy keen, and we shouldn't always be in 100% agreement on everything. That would make the world trash. It would suck. So I thank all of you. I appreciate all of you. Again, special shout out to Cultured for making my stream life easier by automating the dilly dally. And shout out to everybody who's in the chat tonight, everybody who came and went. We will be live tomorrow at 10 p.m. Like I said, if I do end up on the mixer, it'll be about 1:30. Usually I try to give y'all a little bit of mixer action on the weekend. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna see how I feel here in a minute. I'm not gonna promise it, but I will leave the chat open for those of you who want to steal and meal hustle and hustle your pistachios after the stream is over. I may be in and out, and I'll drop a message in the chat if I do get on the mixer and let y'all know if you're still in here. And I appreciate, shout out to the Mixer crew. The Mixer crew has grown a little bit too. You know, the last couple times we've gotten on the Mixer, there's been more folks coming through and enjoying the conversation. So shout out to y'all, everybody who's been rocking with the Mixer. And I'll put the Mixer link in the description for those of you who want to have it, just in case y'all want to check it out. But with that being said, it is an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege. I mean, I'm loving everybody who has become a member of the Den and just contributed and just has been a part of this conversation. It's grown so much. It's like watching a child grow and develop, and it's developing its own personality as its own community. And I thank y'all. But with that being said, so what I do say, y'all ain't got to go home. Y'all should already be at home. Shame on y'all if y'all out in the streets. But I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Yeah. Shout out to Big Mo. R.I.P. Big Mo. Oh, I feel like listening to some Screw tonight. I ain't listened to some Screw consistently in a minute. Shout out to H-Town. Shout out to all of y'all. Wherever you may be in the world tonight, shout out to you. And let me drop this Mixer link for those of you who want it. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching.